question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers. The one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. And the words of Q, Lord, it took us some time to get to the place that you want us to be, but damn it, we're ready to love. Welcome in. Of course, this is another after show review show for Ready to Love. Q and Gigi are in the building with me as well. What up, good people? Welcome in. Glad to have you here.
Bound.
What's up, family? We all in here.
Yes, indeed, we are. Good to see y'all both. And Solana, love you and miss you as well, my good friend as well. Hopefully your New Year's going off great as well. This is Ready to Love Detroit, season 11, episode 10. Y'all, it looks like we're going to get our 13, 14, maybe 15 episodes. It looks like we're going to get that season. I know we talked about that last week. It seemed like it was a two-parter. Sadly not a three-parter, because I feel like there's a lot more, and we'll get to one of those scenes. I don't know if this scene aired on TV or it's a digital exclusive, but it's with one of the potential matches. We'll get to that. Plus, I got an exclusive sneak peek of one of our Ray to Love spinoff editions that apparently is already happening in real life, but we'll get to that here in just a little bit. Higher is way and low is available, but either way, we gotta go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. All of us are in the building. Braylon, Lee, Q, and GG9 right there. Glad to have all you in the building. So, y'all, this is part 2 of the vacation. Things get more defined. A very emotional elimination that gutted me. I mean, good Lord, we'll get to it, but how are we feeling about part 2 before we get to it? I mean, this was a lot, I gotta tell you.
Yes, sir. Great episode. So many twists and turns.
Yeah.
Shocking. That elimination was. We've never had an elimination like that before.
No.
And as to the fact of letting another cast member go check on somebody after elimination, and there was tears shed from cast members, and very emotional. You know, very, very emotional. Do I feel like she should have been eliminated? No, I do not feel like she should have been eliminated. There's somebody else that really should have been eliminated.
Yep.
But I can see outside of the show, maybe her getting an opportunity to love another castmate. I can see that, but I do not feel like she should have got eliminated. That was a bad call.
Agreed. Very, very well said.
See, for me, I agree with mostly what you said, but I disagree with the fact that she shouldn't have been eliminated. I feel like she should have, just because I don't feel like she really had any connection there. So it was either her be eliminated in the process or self-eliminate, because you could see at the cabin how she was moving. She was inserting herself in conversations to make herself relevant, which came off displeasing to the men.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it worse for her. But if we really think about it, we spoke about it, she really has not made any real set connection. And none of her connections could tell her where she is on their ranking. All of them said that they had 3 or 4 connections, but they could never tell her where she was at. So I feel like it was best for her to go, and I feel like it was a great call. But I do agree with the rest of it. It was very emotional. There was a lot of deep conversations, which we've spoken about. This has been the most mature season, I think, that we've got so far since we've been covering it. So there's been a lot that happened in this episode that I feel like laid the groundwork for some of these couples who really might be trying to find that connection within each other to help them actually grow and flourish and possibly have a good ending. Still have some questions about some of them, like, of course, Darius, we still have this question, but the elimination of both of them. Now, I will say I was shocked that Steven was eliminated. Okay, that was my shocker. That's the one that I felt like should not have went. I was so surprised when they eliminated both of them. And if you guys think about it, we've had 2 eliminations this season where 2 people have gone home.
Yes, on the same episode.
Yeah, on the same episode. We haven't had that. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this episode, and looks like it's going to be a 10-part episode. Probably next week they'll be choosing, and reunion hopefully the week after. So
and you know what? I appreciate what you said, Gigi, because with this show, there are so many different access points to connect to the show. And from that methodical point of view, you are correct, because we did talk about it last week where Shannon and Steven really wasn't even a connection. But with Lauren, it seemed like Lauren has some Nicole energy. She's just a lighter skinned version of Nicole, and that's not colorism, y'all. Okay, listen, we're talking about personality traits here, because Lauren gets a little bit domineering like Nicole did, where I don't want you to talk to no other woman. and you know, Lauren has that energy. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get
And
to
I
it.
see, and I feel like Shannon was giving that energy because she kept putting herself, just like when Steve and Donna was talking and they were having a good time, she inserted herself when they were standing up talking.
Yes.
Then when they go to the couch, she made sure to sit extremely close to Steven and then take his attention away from the conversation that he was having with Donna, which also gave Vince an opening to snatch that time away and strengthen his connection with Donna.
Yes.
So in the end, it really kind of backfired on her for doing that. I feel I feel like if she would have kind of, and I'm not saying been so standoffish to where she wasn't making her connection, but just been a little bit more respectful with it, or you know what I'm saying. I just felt like the way she did it, she went about it gave me more Nikki vibes than Lauren.
Yeah. And no, go ahead, kid.
My fault, not to cut you off. But that double elimination was crazy. But now that I think about it, it was necessary because you this late in the process. You this late in the process with too many connections. You this late in the process with too many connections. You know what I'm saying? You giving out almost you could have gave out 4 pots, 4 painted pots. You could have. You could have. You know what I'm saying? It was so late in the process. Your main connection, you really don't have a main connection. You know what I'm saying? Right. Everybody's saying like Steve's a great guy, you know, we enjoy spending time with him. Darius got a main connection. Bella, main connection. Shard, he got a main connection. You know what I'm saying? So he might entertain Lauren, but we all know where his heart is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it was needed. Cardi should have been the only one eliminated, I feel like. But since you're going to eliminate 2, cool. But at the exact same time, Steven should have been more intentional about having a main connection.
No, I definitely agree with that because it gave me, you know, Cam and Rose, but then we saw how Rose turned out.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, that's neither here nor there, but a very important point to note. By the way, I did mention that we do have a very exclusive. I'm using exclusively very loosely here. Let me get Linnell Stiller up here. Hey, Linnell, good to see you there. Glad to have you here. And with Linnell added to the conversation, let me get y'all that exclusive sneak peek. Now, you ain't going to see this nowhere else, okay? Now, this is exclusively from the Oprah Winfrey Network, okay? That's the BDSM edition that is underway, okay? Marvin is just testing out some equipment and a potential, conduit for Ready to Love BDSM edition. So I just thought y'all should know that that is getting underway at the Oprah Winfrey Network there. So there is that. What do y'all think of that development that Ready to Love BDSM edition is underway there with Marvin being one of the experts?
I guarantee you one thing. This ain't about to be on the Open Energy Network. It ain't gonna be on the Open.
That will definitely that's more than Zeus Network.
You know,
maybe even 2.
Yeah, I ain't lying for real. That'd be a freaky episode, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but that ain't coming to own.
Open now. Oh.
Y'all know we love to laugh around here. We have joked about Ready to Love BDSM edition before. Now we don't know if that's officially happening. Y'all know it's tongue in cheek over here with us, but just a little funny for y'all. Okay.
But I guarantee you, they would not even care about the love part. They could care less about the love part. Everybody coming in for different reasons. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, you're not ready to what? The only thing they care about BDSM. That's the only thing they're gonna care about. We are here for that. Straight up.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh no, we are not doing Oprah Winfrey After Dark. Look, there might be plenty of spinoffs that
Exactly.
Oprah does, and I don't think that's gonna be one of them. Huh? Will
Nah.
Packer, listen, he counting his pennies
Nah.
right now, trying to keep on afloat. I don't think that's where he going. Okay, even though it might make a lot of money, I don't think they've gotten that far in the process.
You don't think
He's
Lighthearted
still trying to
Entertainment and Will
survive.
Packer and OWN are gonna do that edition? You don't think?
Bruh,
No, no,
I
because
would
that's
feel
not lighthearted. That is not lighthearted.
You know
Uh-uh.
what?
exactly. It's not
That's
I'm
heavy.
the
lighthearted.
damn corner with you.
Listen, that's heavy heart right there. That is heavy heart entertainment. I don't think.
I'm not doing.
I don't think they're going.
Hey, I would love to be a talent recruit on that show, boy. You.
We say you're gonna be casting. You want to be. You want to be casting on that.
I
Okay.
want to get. I want to be a
I will be there for the thick dominatrix auditions. We have to make sure that the dimensions are right for the corsets, and we need to make sure you got the strength to handle that fucking whip and know how to use it. Okay, moving on. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you here for Ready to Love Detroit season 11, episode 10. All right, let's get serious as much as we can here. So we're with Shannon and Lauren. I know what you're thinking, right? How are we going to transition from being in a dungeon to being in a cabin? Well, that's what we're going to do because we have no other choice. Here we are. So we got Shannon and we have Lauren. And you know what's really interesting? Oh, actually, before that, hang on. The choices before that, right? So the choices, Cardi, this is about the positive. Positive. I'd always put positive and negative in terms of like who's connected with who. So Cardi is positively connected with Ashley, Dominique. Bello is connected with Dominique and Ashante. Darius is connected with Ashley. Vince and Steve are connected with Donna. Then to the negative, Bello's not connected with Shannon. Darius is not connected with Shannon. Steve is not connected with Shannon. Vince is not connected with Lauren. Carde is not connected with Lauren. And Bella's not connected with Lauren. Do y'all want to get into the gentleman's, cabin lounge, or shall we move on? Because I feel like that was pretty dry cut.
Yeah, but I want to say something. Okay,
Sure, go ahead.
Something, just because I was just a little bit confused on Steven. Really. Like, Steven's a great person. We talked about, his good character throughout the season. The one thing that confused me is we've seen how we know that the situation with him and Shannon was kind of forced. Okay, so we kind of seen her making sure she was right there where he was at. But during the men's deliberation, he let it be known that she's not his connection. But then when it comes to elimination, she's down in the bottom because you helped put her in the bottom. She's eliminated, and then you say, hold on, I have to go check on my girl. Okay, wait a second.
If she would still be in the cabin with you.
Right. So if you had that connection and you say, let me go check on my girl, why would you say you don't have a connection with her and put her in the bottom? But then turn around when they're giving out the plants and you have one for Shannon, but not for Donna. So I was just a little confused about all of that. Did anybody else find that confusing?
No,
or did y'all completely understand?
I felt the exact same way with you, Gigi, because when that came up later with the pots, I'm like, so wait, he got one for her, but she's eliminated now. And when, Carde, as Shannon was that for Devon, she said, I can't answer that right now. Either you can't answer or you don't want to, Shannon. Those are two completely different things, love. But anyway. But with Shannon, it made a little more sense. But Steven's like, bruh, you blew up the spot. Like, you can't really, go out there and try to be Captain Save Love when you're the villain that destroyed the possibility of love. Q, what are you thinking about the gentleman cabin lounge and what me and Gigi are saying?
But Gigi made a great point. Great point. I never thought of it like that. Steve gaslighting. You know what I'm saying? And it blew me to say that because how in the world you gonna run after her? You didn't care about her feelings and deliberation. You know what I'm saying? But you still bought her, gave her a pot. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe Steve is gaslighting. Um, and another thing, Lauren and Steven are supposed to have a connection. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
Lauren really don't have a number one connection. You know, I feel like Steve like the idea of certain women, but he can see himself with Shannon. But on the
Mm-hmm.
back end of it, Shannon wants more than Steve can offer. You know what I'm saying? The commitment that she would like. She only person she really locks in on who she wants. She really wanted Devon.
Yep.
Okay, since Devon's not there, okay, let me see if I can build a connection with Steven. Steven, on the other side, is so confused because there's so many options. But I really don't see Ajante was supposed to be his number one. Steven's number one.
Right.
First off. You know what I'm saying? Lauren was a wild card. And we really didn't see too much of the connection that him and Shannon really had. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We knew that it was somewhat of a connection brewing, but for him to go comfort her like that, evidently was more there. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think that because of the lack of connections with the other guys, Shannon was on the chopping block, but I really feel like Steven should have done a better job for fighting for Shannon. I don't think he did.
No, I fully agree with that because and it's interesting too because we heard about Lauren's faults, but we didn't hear Shannon's faults. Now, Gigi, you can chime in on this because you're out there in the production state of the country and the world of LA. Did you notice that was an interesting cut, or what was your take on that? Because Steven, this is his second time doing it, and the first time that Steven did, we got to see both sides of why both people were at fault. But this one, it just cut to Lauren and her faults, and we didn't get to see Shannon's faults. What did you think of that?
I kind of think that was purposely done because it was almost like an anticipation lead up to make you feel like, okay, Lauren's going to be the one, when really it's like, okay, don't pay attention to the left hand, focus on the right hand right now.
Right.
Just so that, okay, it might seem a little bit more shocking that Shannon's eliminated. And, that's it. And I think they did say like a couple of things about Shannon, but it really was not enough for it to be, well, I guess kind of it was because they did mention the fact of how she was kind of pushing herself into conversations and putting herself
Right.
like right in there. So they did mention, Shannon's faults, but maybe not as much as Lauren. But I just
Yeah.
still feel like even though her connection, like some of the guys said that they were connected with her, they weren't really. Out of those 3 or 4, she was always at the bottom. That's why they could never tell her exactly where she placed at or give her the attention that she was craving from them. Because one, like you said, Devon left, that was her real connection. And that's
Right.
also why I say it was good for her to be eliminated, because I feel like if not, she would have self-eliminated because she really has no other connection besides Devon. She
Right.
was trying to force one with Steven. That didn't work out. And now, she would have no one else there. So, yeah, I don't think it was necessarily like, purposely done by production. It could have just been like just a time thing. They were just trying to say time.
Oh no, for sure. I was just wondering
They
if
said, yeah, they said the main points about her and was like, okay, no more.
yeah, and Al, and thank you for giving that context, conjecture, and connection because I noticed that, and that's why I wanted to ask it because sometimes with the way we watch this show, with me and you being media nerds, we're able to see things like that other people don't see. So, like when Hugh watched it, he just saw the show for what it was, but he might not have seen that. But other people who Like, wait a minute, how come Steven talked about all these things in front of the group, but it looked like he didn't say nothing about Shannon? So thank you for that. So after all of that, Ashley, Dominique, and Ashante are the ladies that cried. And I can tell you, as a viewer and consumer, um, that was very difficult to watch. Whether you were a casual viewer, which is a viewer, or a consumer, which means you are a fan, and you can be from the fan that loves everything to the fan of I just love the platform, right? So there is a spectrum. Um, you could feel the heaviness in the room, Q and Gigi, of like Shannon's not a bad person here. Like, no one wanted her eliminated. Even nephew Tommy felt in the room like, damn, I know we got it. Like and nephew Tommy is a host, and he's that uncle that he's nephew Tommy, but in this show I feel like he has taken more of an uncle role of, whew, damn, that's hard. So like he's hosting in his frontal lobe, but in his back, but the back part of his brain, he's like, damn, this room just got heavy just now. Anyway, I know we got cameras and lights and everything, but damn. So how did y'all feel about the heaviness that happened right after the ladies start crying and there was started to be a circle of supporting Shannon?
If I was a contestant on Ready to Love, this is how I dream of going out.
Yeah.
Reason being, I left everything on the table. You know, I've tried the avenues I could try. Even after a main connection of mine has left, I tried to reconnect and try another one. I even tried Darius to see if I could find a connection with Darius, and I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Now to know that I gave it all I got and I got eliminated, you know, I can live with it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's telling me that I am ready to love. It's just that this is the wrong environment. Maybe
Right.
my love is somewhere else. Or maybe it left the show. You know what I'm saying? But
Correct.
I cannot say as a ready to love veteran, enthusiast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever else you want to call it. This embodied Ready to Love, her exit. Because
Yeah.
um as the show progressed, sometimes I feel like it lost its fire because of different people not really ready to love but ready for the platform. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And she really was like trying to find someone. She
absolutely.
came on the show with great intentions, and she was very intentional on who she spent her time with. And one thing I like about it is even when she spent time with Darius and she realized, nah, this ain't for me. Other women would have sat there and tried to cultivate a relationship with Darius just to stay relevant on the show. But she
Correct.
said, nah, this connection is not for me. I'm moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to Shannon for laying everything down. And you know, your love is out there somewhere.
Absolutely. Very well said, Q. Very well said, good sir.
Yeah, I
Gigi.
definitely agree with that. She definitely did. You know, she left laying it all on the table. She did try. Like that is something that we can say is even if it did seem like she was being pushy or forcing things, at least she was trying to make connections. Like you said, even after her main connection left. Um, but I will say that just off of what was said, not only in the men's lounge, but just seeing how things have transpired. And a lot of them even said, like, she gives off that sister vibe. And I feel like the emotions with everyone, even though it was very sorrowful, it was more so, how do I explain this? Like, okay, so it didn't seem like it was more like a romantic elimination. This to me felt more like oh, my sister didn't get the lead on the cheer squad. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
this is like
Yeah.
it wasn't more of like I'm sorrowful because my romantic connection is leaving now. You know, it's more like, oh, my sister didn't get the chance to finish what was started. It's gonna be sad without her. But yeah, I completely agree. She definitely left all on the table. She came in with with a great attitude, great spirit, and she made sure to leave a mark. So kudos to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Gigi. Because this late in the process, you're more than just friends. You became family now. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So I can see that point of view because they you become a lot more close knit. You know what I mean? You don't spend so many hours with these people, talking with these people. You know what I mean? Expressing and enjoying love in front of these people. You know what I mean? So um, I do believe it was that too. You know what I'm saying? Like we pretty much lost a sibling. You know what I'm saying? Along the way.
Yeah. The journey to end the journey is not going to feel right without her. Absolutely for sure. And then of course we got Stephen walking outside to speak to her. I think we spoke on this already. That it's a nice gesture after the game is over and you lost already. When you cause the game to be lost, right? Um, but Shannon felt that at least it was kind for him to walk out and check on her. Um, and two things can be true, right? I think that if anybody deserves this moment, I think Shannon does. Quite frankly, she has the right to feel very loved by Steven, but also she has every right to feel upset by Steven in the same token. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah, I
guys
feel
can.
like we did discuss that, and it did like I said, to me it was still confusing the fact that you are the reason why she was put in the bottom to be eliminated in the first place, and you were the main one saying you didn't have a connection with her. You seen her as a sister, and that she was being kind of pushy. But then when she's eliminated, oh, you have this different feeling as if you're romantically into her. And then, like I said, when it came to the plants, you gave one to her, but not Donna. And it seemed like you had more of a connection with Donna than you had with her. Because if that's the case, why didn't you say Donna wasn't your connection?
Yeah.
So, yeah, to me, I just felt like it was all confusing. Um, at first, it seemed real nice. And I was like, oh, this is, wait a second. Like, and that's exactly how it was. Because at first, I was like, oh my God, he went out there and checked on her. That is so sweet. Like, he's being so caring. But then I had to really think, wait a second. You're the reason why she's in the bottom and got eliminated.
Yeah.
So now, why are you trying to run up there as if, it was the other guys or, oh, I wish things were different. Well, you could have made that difference or made a different choice, but you're the one who spoke her name and said that you don't have a connection with her.
Absolutely. Q, are you good, sir, on this part of the show?
Yeah, I am, but at the exact same time, Steven got his just due. He really did. And he's not a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you're not used to a situation, you really don't know how to move in there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, Steven, I feel like he just got caught up in having connections instead of getting connected. You know what I'm saying? To the right person.
Mm,
So I feel like this is a should be a growing part for him because let's be real, in dating, you if you're out there to find a special someone, you might be dating so many people. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out the best fit for yourself, but you can get lost in the sauce and just dating instead of finding the perfect person for you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he has to be just a little bit more intentional, you know what I'm saying, in the process. So hopefully he takes this as a learning lesson and puts himself in a better position
yeah.
to
No,
find the person for
absolutely.
And
him.
and real quick, not to cut you off, Steve, but isn't that kind of the same thing that the lady said? Is that he needs to basically give more? Like
Be
it
assertive
seemed
and
like
be
he
out
was, yeah, he was like more emotionally disconnected. He wasn't available
Bingo.
like that.
Yep.
there. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
and
so
what
the ladies definitely spoke to your exact point. Steve. Like that's why they eliminated him because of what you just said.
and it's a blow that we kind of got ahead of the show. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it just had to be said. You know what I'm saying? It really did because collateral damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you're gonna sit here and cause her to get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? And for the main reason of your mindset of her getting kicked out because your indecisiveness, you get kicked out.
Yep.
So, great point, Gigi.
Absolutely great points by both of you as always. A shout out to the 8 people, 9 people, and then 10 people that were here. But thank y'all for being here. Glad to have y'all here. Talking Ready to Love, and now we're Steven and Lauren. Now, I'm going to just be real. Lauren felt a different energy with Steven. So did I. Because Steven and Lauren talked. And, Lauren is about this ranking system. And, Bello is not here for the ranking system, and Steven's not here for it. And although I feel that Lauren, to me, really doesn't have a solid connection with anybody, she's not wrong because we're getting close to the end. And when Lauren said, "Do you feel like the right person is here?" Y'all will let me know what y'all think, as y'all often do. But I felt that Steven was just saying yes, like he was a child after he got reprimanded.
Absolutely.
Do you understand, Steven boy? Yes, Mom, I do. Just to go along to get along, because, bruh, I think Lauren would have appreciated. Let me tell you something. It was emotional because, quite frankly, both of y'all are good women. I didn't want to see neither one of you go. I felt like that would have been a more respectful answer than what you gave. What do y'all think about my commentary?
I agree. I so agree, because I was just like, I feel like he's just really trying to placate her. He's just really trying to make her feel correct in the situation. He's just trying to keep the situation to where it's at like a certain service level. He does not want to take things too deep. So that's why he's just sitting here like, okay, I'm just going to agree with you. Because again, I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe he mentioned some issues that he has with Lauren.
Yeah.
So the 2 women that you say you really don't have a connection with, or the connection is surface level, or gives off sister vibes, or whatever the case is, like, be honest. If you don't feel a vibe with Lauren, tell her. If you don't feel a vibe with Donna, tell her. If you really felt a connection with Shannon, why would you eliminate her? Like, none of it's making sense. And right now, all of that good guy persona that he is trying to give off, his real self is coming through the cracks. Okay, so we're seeing the real him while we're still seeing this good guy. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like you're absolutely right, Braylon. Like, he was just agreeing just to agree. There was no substance in his agreement. I don't even feel like he was truly listening to what she was saying. He was just agreeing to kind of end the conversation or to make her feel better. But yeah, there's no substance to Steven, and yeah, I think the decision for him to go was best.
Yeah. And very well done.
Man, I totally agree with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I totally agree. I felt like it really felt like he was just there, and he didn't want to hurt Lauren's feelings at all and say how he truly felt, and unless, and I wouldn't be surprised if they might have had a conversation in private about keeping each other on the show. I wouldn't be surprised, because on the back end of it, it just don't make no sense to hand out 3 different plants with no main connection. It blew my mind. I'm just like, what are you doing? Then you don't give Donna one. You know what I'm saying? You might as well should have gave Donna. You got more of a connection with Donna than you do with, right now, Argentine. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't. To me, it didn't make any sense at all. And this conversation that they had was not it. It was not it.
Yeah. No, thank you both.
Yeah, and then also one more thing, not to cut you off, but the fact that Steven and Lauren are talking about how they talk for 2 and 3 hours a day every day, but yet you're not seeing that in person. Okay, you can have that private conversation, but is that relationship going to stay private? Because if you can't give the energy that them 2 and 3 hour conversations are bringing to the forefront, then what are you really doing? And just like everybody else said, did nobody know that you and Steven even had a connection because he's not giving off that energy. He's not showing his connection or, even his desire to create a connection with you.
Correct.
So, and it's crazy that she used the term side chick when it came to Bello and how it seemed like, every time Dominique came in the room, Bello's attention was not on her. Steven's the same way. Like,
Yes.
there's no connection there, and it's like, what do y'all really have? Because
Nothing. The only date
not showing.
was like what the boat
Exactly.
date to cut you off, but to add to your point.
Steven is ready for attention. That's what Steven's ready for. He's ready for attention. And Lauren, on the other hand, let's be for real. Lauren sat.
Crazy.
Lauren, on the other hand, Lauren sat there and said she's not connected with her emotions like that. You know what I'm saying? But then for her to feel how she felt about Steven and then feel like she a side chick to Bello, you know what I'm saying? So what part of your emotions are you connected with? To me, I don't understand why she even made that.
Evidently, the side chick side.
Hey, evidently, that would have got to me.
I mean, just with all of the connections that you have, and this is done in your face. You say you have a connection with Bello, but then when Dominique comes in, who is his main connection, his attention's off you. But she made it seem as though he was scared to talk or he couldn't say nothing. And it's like, no, he was just more focused on what she's doing. And it's the same thing with Steven. You and Steven are sitting here having this conversation and it just seems so wholesome, and he agrees with you, right? He's agreeing. But he played in your face by giving you this damn plant and then turning around and giving it to 2 other women. Yeah. That shows just how special you are. You are definitely a side thought, not a side chick. We're not going to disrespect you, but you are a side thought because you're not the main one. We don't know if you're first, second, or third. Yeah, you got the plant first, but he ran after Shannon talking about, I got to go check on my girl. Shannon is his girl, but yet y'all have 2 and 3 hour conversations every day. Make all this make sense.
Let the church say amen.
He showed more concern and connection with Shannon than what he has with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, well said. And by the way, was you finished with your whole thought? Because when I added the boat day, that wasn't to cut you off, Gigi. That was
no. Yeah, I was done. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I think that's the only.
And y'all know we do that. Right? We have thoughts, and we'll, but sure. We're all respectful with talking and stuff like that. So yeah. If you got more to add in.
But yeah, I think that's the only day that they've been on, right? Is that boat day. They haven't really went on any other dates, correct?
They had a conversation as well. I guess you can consider it a date. I think.
Okay.
They did have, but I'm gonna tell you one thing about Lauren. For me, a lot of times when different cast members are in Lauren's position, you know what they do? They self-eliminate.
True.
They self-eliminate. But you know what you try to do? You go over here and kiss Sharp on the cheek.
Yep.
So I'm just like, I just don't understand. You searching for a connection, you're not finding that. Steve's not there no more. You're supposed to have a connection with him. Are you just trying to make it to the end of the show? You know what I mean? Because a lot of cast members, especially women, have self-eliminated. Okay, cool. My person's not here. I'm gonna take my pride and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why she's here.
No, very well said. And hey, Jaguar, welcome in, good sir. Glad to have you here. But no, I fully agree with you. And not to mention too, I think it was in the Philadelphia season. I don't want to forget that season, but there was one brother who eliminated. In particular, I think it was the brother that I think it was Hussein, if I'm not mistaken. He had connection to Rose, and he self-eliminated. Um,
Yeah.
but that's very seldom that men, from what we have covered at Ray Love, I'm sure that there have been men who have self-eliminated in past seasons, but Q is right. More women have self-eliminated than men. And I think that's because with the women, they understand that, you know, women are more emotional and men are more about not just the physical, but what is keeping their interest um, mentally in terms of excitement. And so when you are in a circumstance like Rated Love where there's excitement and then there's logic clashing at the same time of, oh my God, I have 10 choices, but oh fuck, I gotta use my logic to get down to one. How the fuck am I going to do this? It becomes a minefield of philosophy in terms of trying to find the one. So, but yeah, I wanted to definitely bring this up because I'm just like, yeah, that was a mom-son conversation of like, yes, mom, I understand I screwed up and let me lay down, get my whooping, and I'm grounded for 3 months. Like that's all it was. That was it. That was it. And so then in the next scene, there's cooking going on here, and this is the scene that Gigi was talking about that Bello and Lauren talk. But the thing that, you know, I have to say about Dominique wasn't even paying attention to them. She really was just sitting there minding her own business. Like she wasn't listening. She wasn't trying to poke in or anything. You know what I mean? What did y'all think about this scene here? Because
Honestly, Dominique showed confidence, okay, and she's been saying that she doesn't care about her connections talking to other people. Go ahead if you want to try to handle your connection, but she knows herself. And
Yeah.
I feel like she has brought that the entire time. That's something that we've seen. Dominique's aura and presence, you could feel it through the screen. Okay, you could just tell that she's just one of those people where she doesn't care if you like her or not. So if Bella was to say, okay, he likes Lauren, it's not going to break her. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you feel like you got another connection, go ahead. But for Lauren to, you know, which really you got to take it out on Bello. And I feel like that's what she was trying to express in the ladies' lounge, and Dominique kind of, you know, took it a different way. But yeah, that was Bello's doing. I don't feel like that had anything to do with Dominique. She was
Not at
just
all.
minding her business on her phone.
Right.
Even if she was in that proximity, so what? Everybody was surrounded. There was other people that was around. It wasn't just Dominique sitting at that table. So it's not like she purposely was like, oh, I'm just going to come in and sit in this empty room where only you two are talking. No, everybody was there. So
right. And that's honestly why I felt like when I saw this, I'm just like, Dominique, you can say what you want to, but she really has been one of the most I feel like Dominique should have been Janelle's mother, because the way that Dominique has been, like you said, Gigi, carrying herself with class distinction and really being about her connections, she really did not mind anybody, has not minded anybody, and is not going to mind anybody because we're almost done with the season. But you know, the heart wants what it wants. And even nephew Tommy understood it in the ladies' lounge, which we will get to that. But because Gigi brought it up, when Lauren brought it up, Dominique felt a way of, you should say it's me. But even nephew Tommy was like, he didn't say to Dominique, but he said it, you know, indirectly of like, no, I understand what Lauren is saying. It's not really you. And you guys think nephew Tommy's been on the show for 11 seasons, so he understands where, you know, each part of the show is. And with the vacation, it does bring out, you know, who is connected with who. And with Lauren, maybe she didn't say it in the most articulate way, but I don't think it was like a underbelly of trying to like say, Dominique, you took my man. I don't
yeah,
think.
and we got to think nephew Tommy has been in the ladies' lounge with Tequila. Remember how she acted over her BB? So yeah, that little riff that Lauren did, that was nothing
That
compared.
was crazy. Yes, he held
Woo!
it down. He held it down with Takarina, boy. I'm trying to tell you, that was
That
crazy.
Takarina.
Not Takarina. I'm done.
That was
I'm done. No.
wild. I ain't
Oh, that's crazy,
well,
Takarina.
he was down with those talkies. I'm
Ladies and
trying to
gentlemen,
tell you, that was wild.
taqueria is a combination of having tacos and tequila, ladies and gentlemen. That's what
It,
taqueria is.
that girl name was Talkies. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, that was
Go to
Oh
crazy.
the damn
shit.
corner. Go to the fucking damn corner.
Her name
Shut
was
your ass
Taki.
up.
Yo, that's crazy. That's wild. Oh my god. Now, first off, Takarina was crazy enough, but now Taki, yeah,
Boy,
you
that.
already know the rule. In the corner, in the
Oh.
shit.
Man, God,
She said
oh.
she that tamarindo. She got that tamarindo going.
See that
Child.
stuff you put on pineapple, that Mexican stuff you put on pineapple?
The
Tahini.
tarragon.
Tahini. Tahini, boy, I'm trying to tell
That's
you, boy.
crazy.
That
That's
Now
girl
listen,
had
crazy
her
work.
own spice, man. That was crazy.
Oh
normally
no.
at this point of the show, I would say that I'm the most behaved one on the show, but y'all know that's a lie. But I'm going to pass this legendary tile just for this moment over to Q because that was ridiculously crazy. I mean, I've said on this panel, but Q, you live to be, for the season.
I will accept it. I will accept it this time. I will accept it as a badge of honor.
That
I
was
really
crazy.
would have,
That was crazier working than Daphne. Okay, and that was a fun. Although I will say that
That
was
was
a good.
crazy. That was wild.
That was crazy work right there. Wow.
But see, the thing about it is that for Dominique to have, it's not even confidence no more. That was cockiness talking.
Yeah.
That was not confidence. That was cocky. That was like, to me, her and Bello handled their business. It had to be. Because it's no way Bello felt uncomfortable talking to Lauren in that setting. And Dominique just comes sit down right next to her. For her to sit there and say that and display something totally different, let's be for real. You know what I'm saying? If you seen them talking or whatnot, a supposed connection that him and Lauren had, and you come sit so Bella can see you, evidently you do care. You care.
Okay,
Hey, hold on. She said, wait a minute. When she was talking to Carde, though, she said that she said Bello brought that pressure during the lounge or during the little getaway.
during the vacation.
So basically, look, Bello did what he was supposed to do. We seen the connection when they was driving there. They both made sure that they was in that room together. Listen, she's claimed her man. He probably claimed her. We know who's leaving with who. But still, I feel like that was something that, I mean,
Amen.
even if Dominique did come out there and she felt a little cocky about it, which we seen, she in the lounge she was cocky, and I feel like she was a little cocky when she was talking to Carde too. Like I feel like it was, she was coming off like basically that's her man. Hey, that's it. That's cool.
But to your point, Gigi, and I want both of y'all thoughts on this and Jaguar Actual and to the 13 people that are here. Shout out to y'all, like, comment, share, subscribe, and drop in the chat. We're having a good time. Glad to have y'all here as always. I felt like y'all when that Carde date happened, and we will get to it, but since we're talking about it now, I'll bring it up now. I felt like Dominique was saying that the shoulda, coulda, woulda was not just for the getaway. I felt like that was like a definitive, because Dominique said that day was gonna make or break them. So when she said that, I felt like, dude, you should. It was a shoulda, coulda, woulda energy about me overall, and you if you really wanted me. I could be off, but I felt like there was a little more.
Because I feel like even when he met her friends, not to cut you off, but think about when he met her friends, it was kind of like that. So I agree with you. Yeah, I feel like it happened way before just, the cabin getaway. Like this is a conscious decision that she's possibly made. just off of one. Everybody was saying like he's basically losing his steam. He's, you know, he's surface level. He's not giving much. So
Right.
yeah, I think you're right about that. Yeah.
I mean, to Ashley's point at the dinner, that's why you were at the bottom.
But see, Dominique did exactly what I said she was gonna do. Think about this.
You did say gaslighting in the last episode.
The same thing she did to what's the guy name who got eliminated with the glasses?
Devon.
The same she did with the same way she did with Devon is the exact same way she did with Cardi. She told Cardi, you know, this person here applied pressure, pretty much saying that he did way more. You can only do what somebody allow you to do.
Yeah.
That's it. So Dominique knew the connection she had with Bello, but on the back end of it, she knew she had to stay on the show. She had insurance. So guess what? She had State Farm and Mayhem. So when she got when she got into her accident with State Farm, guess what she had? She had Liberty Mutual. You know what I'm saying? She had Liberty Mutual.
Not the Liberty Bibbity.
She had the Liberty Bibbity. She had the insurance. So guess what? And she's still on the show.
She had emu,
and she, so she knew, like, Dominique found out how to play the game. She found out how to play the game.
It must have been after she found out that she could get a lower price after switching to Geico.
You know what? I got a very good friend that, you know, whenever he hears about insurance, he just has to come through for a guest appearance. And, you know, it is a new year, right? But, you know, some memes are still just classic. So, let me go ahead. Our good friend, the one, the only, Mr. Terrence Howard is about to stop in to our show. So give me a here. Here we go, everybody. All right, here we go.
Accidents happen every day, man. But here at Allstate, I know you guys are tired of taking advice from a talking gecko, man. A verbalizing lizard. A manipulating reptile, man. Come on, ain't nobody got coverage like us, man. I have absolutely no idea who hands you're in right now. But if you let us handle your insurance, man, you'll be in good hands, man. Let Allstate stand, man. Go ahead and let it stand, man. Let it stand, man.
Oh, let it stand, man. If you died of your insurance, man.
Thank you, Terrence. Have a good new year, brother. We'll be needing your services for many more accidents that happen every day, man. Welcome in, Ian. No, we're talking about Ready to Love right now, but glad to have you here and thank you for being here. But yes, indeed, with our good friend Terrence Howard coming through with Allstate, and since we're talking about insurance, back to this conversation. So back to y'all commentary, because I was enjoying the analogies here. I really was. That's why I had to bring in our good friend. You know, I know people virtually, you know. Not everybody, but, you know, enough.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man.
You saved us all on our insurance, man.
Oh my God. Okay. Y'all go ahead. Did y'all have any more on this scene, or are we good?
I'm gonna tell you something though. Bello looked like he had his hands tied. We've never ever seen Bello with not enough words to say.
This is true.
We've never seen Bello not have enough words to say. You know what I mean? And
this was the first time he was flapping but choked.
And let's be real, why did Dominique even come sit by Bello? Why? Why, Dominique? That, to me, that didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? If you're talking to Cardi or somebody else, is Bello, you know, in the vicinity? You know, is he really in the vicinity? You know what I mean? So, to me, Tough talk, Dominique talking, I feel like it's bluff. Because at the beginning of the show, when you was at the elimination block, when you didn't seem too confident then. You know what I'm saying? Now you're a very attractive woman. You probably have any man you want. You know what I'm saying? But in this process, you know what I mean? It is a process. So you understood I need to have some connections to stay here. If it wasn't outside of the show, would you give Devon or Cardi the attention? I doubt it. I really doubt it.
No, understood and fully agreed there. Okay, there we go. But no, I fully agree. Fully agree. So with all the with all the insurance puns said, well, we actually might need more insurance. You know, there's basic, intermediate, and advanced and premium because this next scene. I'm sorry. What is Bello doing here? I mean, I know it's called succulent, but damn, like what?
That's the look of a man who had a soul. So I'm telling you.
Listen, first off, you're not gonna come from my screenshots. I did not realize why.
That's the look. That's the look of a man. I'm trying to tell you, I had a soul took. I'm trying to tell you.
I've been there myself before, but good damn, I've never seen it on TV before.
Soul took. I'm trying to tell you.
Old head shining.
Listen.
Right.
That's that Dominique effect, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. Y'all, listen. Shout out to the legendary, the queen, and the gorgeous GG9 because she is amazing. But sometimes these screenshots, we don't really see the screenshots before the show. We get the screenshots, but we don't look at them until we pull them up. And I was about to like set up the scene and stuff, but I'm just like, y'all know me. I can follow directions just fine, but it was just the look from me. So now that we got that out the way, let me
listen. Once you go Dominique, she'll slim down your cheeks. Okay.
Hey. Hey. Oh.
But why is he sitting there looking like he got the duck lips? Like, does his chin and stuff just look more narrow and shaped and just?
Okay. Juices and berries. I'm trying to tell you.
They do say for a healthy beard and for a healthy immune system to eat well, and that sex can be a reliever pressure for headaches, you know, so you know it's not just good for cardio. So listen, lemon cheeks and you know body physique and everything in between, you know, just there it is. So with that being said, we get to the succulents, right? So Bello gives a succulent to Dominique, and it's about you know Mexico because he you know loves Mexico. And Dominique said, "When are we going?" I'm just like. And you know, I gotta give it to Cardi and Steven of like they saw like soon as she said that's like, well, that's it for me. You know what I mean? Dominique's succulent was condominiums to the sky and gave that to Bello. Carde gave Enjante his Carde gave Enjante his succulent and then vice versa, Enjante to Carde. Darius to Ashley, this succulent woman. I'm just like, brother, could you just be normal? I mean, child, you look like you went to the city of Townsville fashion shop and got all your fashions, motherfucker, and then you went down to Sesame
Show the slide, because I was like, what is he doing?
Because this right here, hang on, where's the damn slide? Right here. Okay, this you talking about this right here, this do-rag right here, this right here. I didn't know.
Him and Habibi must have switched outfits.
You know what?
Yo,
He
I just
called
gotta
her BB
talk.
up and was like, "Hey, yo, remember that head wrap you had on when you said you was in Dubai playing saxophone? I need that exact one."
Different color.
Now, listen. We all know that his former ex Nikki might know an exotic fashion design shop. You know what I mean? That we don't know. Is Snuffleupagus is the owner and makes alterations and designs on Sesame Street or wherever he got that from an exotic fashion shop. But somehow he got that on his head, and Habibi was a seller. Something the Kool-Aid ain't sweet, but yes, this was upon his head on national television. But yeah, I just was like, Darius, do you really have to say succulent woman? Can you just be normal, bro? Like, I know I like BBWs, but at least I give some context where I sound like, a decent person. It's just like, bro, just no, she just okay, child. So anyway, that is that. Then you have
One thing
Ashley.
about Darius, not to cut you off, brother.
Right here, brother. You good?
We really haven't seen on one episode. We've seen the depth. Just a little glimpse of Darius. Just a little depth from him. And I felt like even throughout the show, he's not really giving us Darius. He's giving us this facade. You know what I'm saying? Because every time you come dressed, it's like this big fashion show. You know what I'm saying? And let's be real. Every time, it's not needed every time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just come as Darius, not this actor. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And
Listen, he is coming as a walking Tubi advertisement.
yeah, big time.
Tubi.
Hang on. See. Okay. See, now I gotta do my job. Now I have to do my job. Not that I don't do. But give me one moment. See. Okay. Give me a moment.
Yep, his representative has shown, and half of the ladies even said that, like, Ashley said that, like, I want to see more from him. I want to see what else he has, because he's not showing, like, the real true depth of him. Yes. So that's just going to get played out real quick. And once, if it comes out that he really is a scammer, then, but, listen, I've said it from the beginning, there was something about this ain't right, and I'm gonna keep saying it because it's just something. It's just not right about it, and I don't know exactly what it is.
And you have been calling that out for sure. Now with Ashley, she gave her succulent to Darius, and it had mom on it because Darius's mom passed away. Now Ashley, you had me in my feels, child. That was very touching, sincerely, and. Gigi has said this, Q has said this, I have said this, and I don't know about the rest of the reviewers. And shout out to all of the Ready to Love reviewers. It takes all of us to make this show rise. A rising tide lifts all boats. So as long as we're all doing the things that we're supposed to do decently, in order, and being responsible, I will root anybody on doing good. Because hell, what does contributing to bad do? That contributes to hell. Hello. Heaven is good, hell is bad. Okay, all right. Class is over. Okay. So with that being said, but that needs to be said sometimes. We need a reminder every once in a while, y'all. But with that being said, I thought that was very sweet. That this is what I was about to say. GGQ, myself, and I bet other reviewers have said this has been the most mature season of Ready to Love yet. And so to have Ashley give something that sweet, and remembering Darius's mom and taking the process seriously and breaking up the monotony, I thought that was very sweet.
Yeah, that was definitely very heartfelt, very thoughtful. And you could see that Ashley definitely is really trying to do the work in this process.
Yeah.
I feel like she's definitely showing us her genuine self. I don't feel like she's coming with a representative. So for Darius to be doing that to her, I feel like that's doing her a disservice. Because anything that she finds out later is just going to make it where, this process almost kind of, make her look like a fool, which I really hope I really, really hope that that's not the case, and I hope that, the reservation that I have is, unwarranted. But so far, I'm not
No, I
seeing it
feel
as
you
that.
because for her to do that, I just felt like he should have said something more of an elevated energy than succulent because that was very deep. He even said that himself. And then Vince and Donna, child, I wait till y'all see what I got for y'all with Vince and Donna after we get done with the succulent conversation because y'all will be in y'all feels. Anyway, with that being said, let me keep going here. Vince to Donna. Now he said, her initials are weird, and somebody says abstract. Now her initials are DL, and that means down low, but I ain't trying to be like that. I'm like, Vince, you go ahead, brother. That was smooth. That was real smooth, brother. Brother, I see you. And then Donna, she's very cutesy, very mindful, very demure. She said, I put a fingerprint on mine. I'm like, oh, well, okay. Well, yeah, good stuff. Well, that's signed, sealed, and delivered energy from Stevie Wonder. Why don't you, Donna? Yes. So then, Steven, listen, I thought I was sweet, y'all. Okay, it was what it was. Listen, and then Steven, child, was almost like it was basically Oprah. You get a succulent, you get a succulent. Everybody gets a succulent except for Donna because Steven gave a succulent to Lauren, Shannon. Well, Shannon was eliminated because of Steven. And then Argente. And Donna was like, why not me? And then Steven had the Black Dash and Black Parks and Black Imagination to say after other people said, you got any more? That he was tapped out. What did y'all think about this succulent exchange of succulent?
Listen, fuck a gaslight. This was shit, diesel fuel. This was oil tank. This was fucking oil rig. This was middle of the ocean oil explosion everywhere. This is just so fucking just.
There's not enough Dawn dishwash soap that helps animals.
Listen.
Okay.
There's not enough charity work in the world that could help this charity case.
Oh God.
Steven is fucking helpless. He's helpless, hopeless, and just downright I'm telling you, I am so mad because I feel like he has played in not only everyone else's face but my face. Because he's giving off this, oh, he's so nice. Especially when you see it at the beginning, you're like, oh, he went out there and ran after Shannon and he talked to her. Oh my goodness, he talked to Lauren. He is such a good man because he can communicate. But then if you really look at it, you're like, but he ain't saying shit. What is he really saying? And are his actions aligning with what he's saying? No, they're not. Because you have, we didn't already talk about it, you have several connections. You say you have a connection with Shannon to the point to where the whole point of giving out these succulents was to give them to your connection. You put Shannon as a connection. Now, we seen clearly as he was pulling out plants in there that there were several different plants still in the pot, right? So, with Shannon being gone, could he have picked up a plant that was for Donna? Yeah, I think so. But instead, you played this whole game and picked up this one for Shannon and made it this whole sorrowful, somber thing of, oh, I'm so sad that she's gone, when I'm just so pissed off because you're the reason why she's gone. So, Steven, you get no more points. It's time for you to go. I'm glad you're gone because what you did was just, it was distasteful. It was disheartening. It was, as much as I was rooting for him, I was like, oh, he might be a good guy. No, he turned out to just be rotten. So.
No, very, very, very well said. Don't know where Q went, but hopefully he'll be back. Oh, there he is. Okay. Didn't know what happened to you, good sir. Welcome back in. Glad to have you here. Excellent point, Gigi, because that's how I felt about Stephen. Like, bruh, for you to do all this and then this was like, what? Did you feel like this was the grand finale? Like, did you maybe, for some of these people, this is their first time ever on TV, but like, if you're in the black community or the minority, they're just people of color community, you at least know what Red Love is about. If you never watched it, you at least heard of it. Like, this is the time where connections need to be formed. And like you so articulately stated, Gigi, with Lauren, even though Lauren has a ranking system, she is right in her logic of, bruh, if you giving out succulent to everybody at this point, you should go home, which he had to go home at the end. But yeah, Q, what did you think?
And one thing, and then she say, because she was like, this is like Oprah, you get a succulent, and you get a succulent. But also, I just want to make one more point, just real quick. Yes. Could he have not? And this is a genuine question. I just feel like he could have, but
sure.
Could he have not given this succulent to Shannon when he ran out after her before she left this house in this process? If you wanted to make her feel good, couldn't you have given her this succulent so that she at least had something to remember you by?
Very good point.
Instead of making this a whole big show of, oh, Shannon's not here, but this one's for Shannon.
Right. No, that's a very good point. And I hope to God Almighty that he does not, when he was on the reunion, hey, nephew Tommy, I'll be right back. But you want to bring out the succulent now at the damn reunion? and child, if you think I'm insane the membrane, you have not seen reunions before. Anything and everything can happen on a reunion. Okay, so listen.
Braylon, that's a good point. I think that's gonna happen too.
To tell you the truth, I think they did that backwards. They should have did the succulents before the elimination. They did that backwards. Because it would have really showed. They would have did a better job of showing the connection between Steven and Shannon. Okay, they got a connection. You know what I'm saying? Then for her to get eliminated behind him, that would have made for a way better storyline than for her to get eliminated, then come back and him just sit here and confess his love for her. You know what I'm saying? So I really wish they would have shown the connection that they had versus him giving a second, and then him come back, get her eliminated, and then come back and say this second one was for her. You know what I'm saying? It just, unless you were just creating a narrative for Steven to pretty much push to the narrative that Gigi said at the beginning of the show. As to the fact of him rooting for her and then getting her kicked off. So it didn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I agree with you and disagree with you on the fact of, yes, they could have done it at the beginning before the elimination, but also too, we picked up right where we left off too. You know what I mean? So it was already in motion, but I do agree with you that could have definitely been an option. It would have set up the episode a lot better. I did tell you I got something on Donna and Vince. Wait till y'all see this. This is going to make you smile. Here we go, everybody.
The day is amazing. The setting is amazing. And Donna always looks amazing. But spending 3 days in a house, it's different because I am a creature of habit. And getting out of my routine makes me anxious.
I think I have a problem with doing nothing. I think doing nothing makes me antsy. It's bothering me. I don't have anything to do.
I'm gathering that about you.
I need to do something. Nobody is telling me to do anything. Nobody needs me to pick them up. Nobody needs me to take them anywhere. I don't have to do anything, and it's bothering me. Mm. Can somebody please give me some instruction or some direction?
I got some for you.
Oh.
Relax.
If you take relax as the instruction, can you do that?
I feel like I'm more relaxed when I'm in my routine.
I think you would have to reframe your mindset on what relaxation is. Being in a gym, having that moment, you know that you're being disciplined, you know that you're getting stronger, and that to you is a level of relaxation. But you can add to that component and say, this too is also relaxation, where you can sit down with some tea and some coffee and just look out to what's present and reflect on the things that have happened. Think about what you want for yourself in the future. Like, there's so much power in allowing your mind to just work and allowing your body to sit still.
Yeah, I need to do that because I don't, I don't do that. I don't.
And it also helps, and this might help for you with the type of person you are. When I go on vacations and I know I'm going to sit there and do nothing but sit in the sun all day, sometimes I decide ahead of time, what am I going to take the time to reflect on? So there's still a plan in place. I don't feel so idle.
That's good. I should have thought about something to think about. I should have planned something to think about. No, it sounds funny, but that's a good. I understand that. I understand that.
I really enjoy anytime I get to speak to Donna one-on-one because she's super intelligent and she helps me out with a lot of stuff. I just feel like it's just getting better and better as far as the connection is concerned.
The way the leaves fall in oranges, I've never seen this before.
It's happening in front of us. You usually see either leaves on a tree or leaves on the ground, but now you're seeing the process.
The process, and this is one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen.
It's happening in front of you.
It is so Disney to me. It's so magical.
Look at that. That's fall for you. I mean, look at that. This is a Disney movie. Nobody's doing that. No way.
Nobody's doing that.
These leaves are falling perfect like this.
Vince, you just need to relax. Relax.
Beautiful leaves, beautiful. This miraculously falling out of nowhere is beautiful.
It's like a rom-com, but I'm the rom and he's the com.
Now, if you have had a rough weekend, that didn't make you smile, I don't know what to tell you. Gigi and Q, what did you think of that?
That was beautiful. That was amazing. And what? Maurice wants a divorce from... Listen, I shouldn't have seen that. Okay, we'll talk about that at another time.
Don't worry about that, child. Don't worry about that. We'll read some
never mind.
Here.
But yeah, that was definitely beautiful. And I really can see Donna and Vince being together and actually being good for each other. That was... You don't see that a lot.
You don't.
You don't see that. And for them to actually be able to... And it's so crazy to be in the moment like that and have such a beautiful atmosphere, and then you have the leaves falling like right after having such a nice deep conversation. That was definitely magical. I could see that, and I like that for them.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna tell you one thing, and Gigi, one thing I bet your husband can attest to this is, as a man, it's only one woman that can really talk to you and it's received as it should be received. In this moment here, when Donna was relaying, first off, Vince felt vulnerable enough just to let her know, how he feels, his thought process, or, you know what I'm saying? Because as you have kids, you have a life, and it's always going, and it's your routine that really keeps you aligned with your goals. But sometimes a part of the process, you just need to relax and just chill. And certain times, you just need to do that, nothing. And for her to say that and break it down to she broke it down so she could understood. She broke it down so he could understand exactly what she was saying. You know what I mean? She talked to Vince. She broke it down so Vince could understand exactly where she came from. And Vince was like, wow, like I never thought of that. You know what I'm saying? And for him to be receptive of that and not take it as you doing too much or not doing enough was very heartwarming, because it's not too many as a man, every woman can't speak to you. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like in that moment, she did a really good job of speaking not just to men, but giving Vince exactly what he needed. You know what I'm saying? And I really hope this connection stays the way it is.
Yeah. No, for sure. And you know what I really appreciated about this was both of these people in the beginning of this process, they both were kind of out the way. But what was so beautiful was they got the chance to breathe in the process, and they have allowed each other the love, grace, and space to be able to grow and experiment and to, you know, create a trust with each other that those two could give two damn fucks or shits if cameras and lights were around them. I felt like that scene right there is the opening scene to Donna and Vince, the docu-series coming to the Oprah Winfrey Network very soon. Okay, that's what I feel, right? Vince loves Donna, coming on Friday nights at 8/7 Central, only here, hashtag on keeping it real. Yes, we're giving you another show to produce. Okay, all right, just keeping it a buck. But also too, it was refreshing to be like, this was captured and shared with the world. Like, we're putting the real in reality TV.
And another thing, you know, what's even the more shows us a glimpse of who Steven is. You had special moments with Donna, and not to give Donna a succulent. It shows you like, what does he value? You know what I mean? Right. What does he really value? You know what I mean? Because you know, Donna and him had great conversation. I remember they had an event where they were working out together, and they had a great connection. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. A lot of times, I don't know. Steven knows what he needs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what he needs. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're getting connected to so many different women, what are you searching for? You know what I'm saying? What are you searching for? So that just was weird to me. But at the exact same time, for Vince to say, dang, he seen Donna early. He connected with Donna early. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And to see this connection brewing, and this was a special moment right here. And I'm blown that this was not seen on the show. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That scene should have been on the show.
Agreed, fully.
You sit there and show Bello and Dominique hugged up, you know, holding hands, having air conversations, and for Donna and
that was an oxygen conversation. You heard?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, that's all that was there. But to see the depth of this conversation right here was like, wow. Like, a lot of times, reality TV, you want to relate to certain things. And as a man, I'm sitting here and I'm relating to what she's telling Sharp, because it's needed. Sometimes you don't think about it. You know what I'm saying? But she spoke to Sharp in his language. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was like, wow, that was
diminish him, but reached him right where he was. And I said this to y'all before.
Exactly.
And is venting to you, he is complimenting you. Let me get to the Gigi. Do you have anything to say? And then I want to get to these comments because I'm gonna read there's 37 comments here. I'm gonna read every one of them because I want y'all to see that it's not just. It's one thing to feel something from a video, but it's another thing to understand the frequency behind.
Yeah, my only thing is I just wish, I mean, like you guys said, that they did show this, because the clips that they gave us of Vince and Donna were separate clips. The only ones we really had of them together was him giving her the succulent, but That right there definitely would have been the best moment. And I feel like that is what would have been needed in this scenario, especially when you had something so emotional like the elimination with Shannon. Following up with that would have been better than and not taking anything away from Donna giving Vince a diary about her. But that right there, that connection, seeing that would have been a lot better. Honestly, I would have rather seen that than seen the conversation between Steven and Lauren. Because what
Yeah.
do we get from that conversation?
No.
Honestly, out of all the conversations that we've seen in the house, that one I feel like would have been the most important and the one that would have stuck with all the viewers the most.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And y'all, I'm gonna read every single comment because I want y'all to see the frequency of this. Woo, I'm rooting for the slow burn, the eye contact, the soft tone from Donna, the intentional listening from Vince, the receptiveness to Donna's instruction. Baby, this scene was one for the books. It seems like Vince gets nervous around Donna, and it's so cute. It's so cute to watch his deposition changes. Yeah, on that Friends Day, he saw his wife. Okay, that he saw his motherfucking wife.
Click it, click it, click it.
Yes, yes, indeed. What an absolutely beautiful scene. They seem to have a genuine connection. I'm inclined to believe that they will be the only couple out this season that will go all the way. Have I not been saying that? Have we not been feeling that?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
hopefully still day and come the reunion. Shout out to Donna for still being on the journey. Remember when Ed tried to imprint his belief system on her and told her that she's still trying to find herself, disparage her, and spread lies to put her on the chopping block? Four laughing emojis. Where he at? Continue to move on with Grace, my lady. He turned out to be ridiculous. All those women dodged a bullet with him. And you ain't never lied. Her advice is spot on. Everybody needs relaxation and time to breathe without worrying about not being busy. It's a beautiful gift when you allow yourself to accept that they are cute. I like them together. I like them together. That's my sister Donna having Vince enter his inner chakra. I think there's going to be other innards entering very soon, my good friend. I have had this conversation many times. So glad to know that other couples are talking about this too. Relaxing does not mean stopping completely. It's so cute. Cute, he can be himself around her, quirky and cheesy, because she obviously relates to him at the core, while other people are surface level. Harmoji, she doesn't seem to trigger him either. So cute. By the way, if you give triggering energy, you're going to get triggered energy back. Just a food for thought for future reference, everybody. Just a pro tip. So cute. That exchange was delightful. Some very sweet moments between them were captured there. I think if you're with someone that you really like, time flies by, you wouldn't be complaining that you need to be busy. So happy for this moment that they took. That time to appreciate, and we got to peek into your genuine connection. Great analogy, Donna. You're the Rama, he's the calm. I know when y'all get married, y'all better have that as like t-shirts and hoodies and shit. Okay, when y'all honeymoon. Okay, I'm invested in this shit. Okay, he doesn't seem attracted to her. That was a person that all the brain cells didn't form a brain at birth and probably don't work now. Anyway, beautiful background, looks like a picture. He looks tall. He is laughing emoji 6'2". I like her. Vince is honestly the only one who is husband material to me on this show. No one is perfect, but he has shown an ability to be vulnerable, self-correction, be humble, self-aware, is not afraid to apologize with sincerity. I'm rooting for him. Heart emoji. She seems to calm him down. He is nowhere riled up as he is with everything else. I love seeing them together. Vince with a barf emoji. Let's see your ass going ready to love, okay? Because everybody else is loving this, okay? This season is fire to me. I don't see relationship, maybe a friendship. No hand holding, hug, or kiss, nothing. He didn't put his arm around her, and I thought it was a cute moment. And I want to give this person credit because conversation is intimacy. I think we have gotten so far down deep where if you're not giving physical affection, that means you don't care. Let me tell you something. You could fuck and you don't feel anything emotionally. Now that's what women say that men can do. But sincerely, I think at this point, with men and women. I think we've gotten to a point where it's like, okay, you know what? We could fuck all day, but can you fuck my mental? Can you be my peace when I'm broken? Can you be the calm to my storm? Even though I have the faculties to breathe in my own storm, but can you just hold my hand as I'm trying to guide myself through? But most of all, if I'm having a hard day in our domain, can you take the crown off my head and get the towel and wet it and, wipe up the blood that's, from my head because the crown was too heavy? Can you give that energy? I don't know. Y'all know physical touch. Their eye contact was intense and intimate. Physical touch this early means an immediate sexual connection. Those relationships don't last. Like Bello and Dom won't last. You guys have been saying that. I've been saying it as well. Donna and Vince are building a strong foundation. This teach them. I agree, not a hug or nothing. Y'all don't realize this process goes fast as hell. They've probably been only in it for a month. They're building a solid connection. So, few detractors, many lovers in the comment section there. So just wanted to showcase that to y'all. So yes, indeed.
I'm so glad, to see the comments that really line up with our perspective on that couple. You know what I'm saying? No, that's the comforting part. You know what I'm saying? That
Yes.
people actually watch the show because of they want to see black love win. You know what I'm saying? And even at the least, somebody said a friendship might be brewing. That's cool too. You know what I mean? That would be amazing as well because things can start off a certain way and end a certain way. You know what I mean? I know we're not ready for friends, but
if I can't stand to be a good friend to you, Q and GG, how can I be a good lover to you?
Bingo.
So, Q, were you done? I didn't mean to interrupt you, brother. I was agreeing with you.
Oh, I'm gonna be though.
Okay. Jaguar_actual says Donna is making an actual effort. The only issue will be her timeline and Vince not being swayed by time or circumstances. That's very true. We're going to get to that in the preview because Donna, you are moving a little fast, but also too, Donna ain't got time to play. At least she's taking it seriously. You know what I mean? So now we're with Vince, Lauren, Donna, and Enchante. Enchante, child, we didn't know you were packing all that. Like, child. Steven?
Bruh, she gets lost in the sauce, man. Enchante really get lost in the sauce, man.
She does, man.
And it's not fair to her.
No.
But she kind of just get lost in the sauce. Like, her and Bello's connection, I hate they even show that bullseye. You know what I'm saying? I hate to even show that.
She's like more of a homie. She does not really have any romantic connections. I don't feel like anybody is romantically into Ashante like that. Like, she definitely is more like friendship, hang out with, do fun shit with. But as far as like being with long term as a wife, and it's not even her fault. It's just the guys that are there are not for her. I just don't see it being her having a match there.
Yeah, I mean, and I just said that because I'm like, okay, Enchante, I see it, but also too, Enchante was another one that she had to find her footing too, and I think it's a blessing that the people who had to find their footing are actually becoming fan favorites. You know what I mean? Because I thought, and I think we all thought on that tie-dye day that there was a solid connection with Enchante and Steven. Like, sincerely. So, like, I don't know why, that connection did not grow, but I think it's Gigi's point of it's just not hitting, as that, and like you said, Gigi, it's not Enchante's fault at all, but we have these people here playing Jenga, and, Vince, being the Jenga master that he is, he says you need to put 2 fingers on this wooden block to handle the tower. And then the tower falls right after that. I thought that was hilarious. Like, you know what? Listen, Mother Nature, she did this to me. I was doing my job. Okay? I was drinking my water, minding my black-owned business, and playing Jenga, and she destroyed my foot.
But who played Jenga on the dirt? First off, who played Jenga on the dirt, on the grass? Jenga's supposed to be played on concrete or wooden table or something. Don't play Jenga on the grass? What?
Well,
I was wondering that too. I was like, wait, they don't have no wooden plank underneath nothing?
You know,
Like, just
come
nothing.
on.
You know, I thought about that too, but then I thought, you know how they've been doing like the giant Uno cards and the giant Jenga and the giant Monopoly. I thought that they would have at least had that, but when I saw that, I'm just like, that looks like a regular game of Jenga, maybe the Jenga XL edition, but I feel y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yeah, it looks like it was leaning already, you know what I mean? But oh my God, child. That was fucking hilarious. So like I said, after the Jenga, everything else, we have Darius and Ashley.
But hold on, I'm sorry, just real quick. We had this weak ass scene when we could have had what we seen with Donna and Vince.
Damn.
But they gave us this.
Straight down.
Oh, that was tough. That was tough.
You said it, Gigi. You certainly did say it, my sister. And no, I told you.
I said that with my chest, okay?
No, you did.
I meant it. I meant it when I said it. What do we need this scene for? Tell me what you got from this scene. If y'all can name one thing that you got from this scene, then I'll go ahead and say I'll retreat.
It was filler. You said that with your skin, titties, and your lungs. Okay, you said it all. Okay, so I'm just.
But come on, like all the scenes. If we even honestly we could pit half the scenes that we got, this episode together, and I still don't feel like you would have gotten the same emotional outcome that you did. And it wasn't even just an emotional outcome, but you actually learned something. You felt something. You could see a difference in both of them. It gave substance. You could have given that compared to half of the scenes that we got.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Now that I think about it, I'm glad they didn't put that scene on this show. That scene right there, that between Vince and Donna, in the forest. That scene could replace that whole show. That one snippet had way more value than that whole show for this show. Way more value, way more depth, way more understanding. It showed patience. It showed understanding. The value of that small snippet had way more value than that whole episode. I feel like that snippet was way bigger than that whole show.
I will agree with you on that.
Way bigger. I felt like the value of that snippet was way bigger than that whole show they seen. Now, would it have diminished everything that happened on that show? No, it would not. But that would have been. You could have watched that snippet and it didn't even matter who got eliminated or not.
Yep.
It really wouldn't even matter.
No, I fully agree with you.
And you know what? And I'm going to even say this. Y'all could have put that snippet last episode when everybody else was talking around the fire or, having their intimate moments. We could have had that last episode if you didn't want to do it in this episode.
Exactly.
It still gave more substance. And I feel you. Like, it definitely would have given more value to the show or to the episode had it been there. But there's different ways it could have been done still.
Yeah.
But that snippet was
And I'm sure that that's not the only snippet that they have, because there is a thing as Video Village in the.
Oh yeah, they have a
I'm sure
lot
they had
more, of
nighttime
course.
conversations too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, production definitely has a lot of different cuts and edits and clips that we'll never see.
No, and like I said, this is the final version that they gave to us. Because Gigi, I know that you're in school, that, and I learned this from my Black Studies, my Black Media Studies class. Shout out to Tracy Williams, a great sister. She taught me that the final image is the filtered image. So what you're seeing here, guys, was, filmed last year. So they had the raw footage in the edit bay. And they have done many edits before it finally got to us last Friday at 9/8 Central, because there is a thing called the dailies. And those are different cuts that the network gets to see where the show is going. And then, of course, you have the, executive producers, usually in the edit bay, making their selections, and then they're like, okay, let's see version 1, let's see version 2. Then sometimes they'll test it with other groups before we finally get the main version. So, like I said, it helps to know the people that are doing these reviews out here, because there's a difference between viewers and consumers.
Right, and that was very well said. Absolutely.
Thank you, Queen. We have a very good balance of understanding.
Great job.
Thank you, sir. We have a great balance of understanding the viewers and understanding the consumers. But here's the gag, though. The viewers are getting into this middle of the spectrum to be a view-sumer. They don't mind consuming views that help them understand their content better. So there's viewers, there's consumers, and there's view-sumers. So the 3 tiers of the spectrum there. But yeah, but we can move on. But you're right, Gigi. You said with everything within you, you're right. There's nothing else to give to this thing except Enchanté's donk. I just saw it. I just saw the curve.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, my PhD from Theology University makes me qualified to zoom in on stuff like that. But anyway, let's move on.
Listen, I asked if you could take one thing from this scene that you got, and we all agreed that is the best part of the scene. So, move on.
Man, that scene was so boring, I started counting the blocks. Started counting the blocks.
Oh my God.
That's messed up.
So then we have Gigi, I love you so much, child. I really do.
Listen, I'm telling you, when I started getting irritated because it just was not working right, I was like, you know what? I'm already late. Wait a minute.
Darius, how can you see Ashley when you got shades on? And Ashley,
listen, don't trust nobody that wears shades. Listen, do not trust nobody that wears shades at night in the house. Why you got shades on in the house and it's dark? What? Something ain't right.
No, I agree with you. And Ashley, how do you know what you holding, child? Your eyes are closed.
Sad to say, if they end up together, I could really see Ashley choosing herself at the end of the process. If those two walking down the aisle, I could see Ashley say, you know what? There's some things I want to figure out with us. I'd just rather choose myself. I could see that really happening, because she even said it like, it's more to Darius. You're not giving us the full you. You know what I'm saying? And I could really see her choosing herself, because he looked like he gonna come with a headache.
Yeah. I mean, Sahara chose herself last season, so I mean that could happen at the end of the season. Oh, you're very correct.
Like I used to play around and joke around when I was younger and say this. I was like, I feel like people should come with side effects, just like with medication. Like on the side, you be like, well, run your credit up, slap your mama, keep your gas tank on E, eat your kids' Lunchables. Like, just
Hey,
listen side effects
AG,
about people.
hey, AG, I don't eat a Lunchable now. A Lunchable is too.
Listen, I had two Lunchables yesterday. I can't say nothing. I just
I done had a Capri Sun.
They hit what they need to hit.
listen. At this very moment, I got 3 Capri Suns from Lunchables sitting on the counter.
Hey, hey, them the ones that ain't on sale though. I remember we was at the grocery store the other day, and they had like 3 Lunchables or something like that for $3. You get 3 Lunchables, it had the crackers, the cheese, and you got the cookie with the turkey. You get 3 of those for $3. My son talking about something. Daddy, I want the one with the Capri Sun in it. I said, boy, you better get these 3 for $3. You know how much food you get for boy, you tripping. You didn't put that Lunchable ain't on sale. Oh, I do not know what be going on. These kids think money really fall off of trees. Boy, I'm trying to man, you better get the value. You better get the value.
Listen, I'm telling you, listen, times get hard. You better go to the Dollar Tree. They got them on sale for $1.25, and it's the ones with the Capri Sun in it. And you still get your crackers, your cheese, and your cookie, or you get a Reese cup.
Oh, we
Hey,
going to the wrong place.
hey, you definitely are. Don't sleep on Dollar Tree now, okay?
We going to the wrong place.
Now, Gigi, you saying cue up to fail because you know kids say the darndest thing. Hey, wait, this ain't high quality. Walmart has many different varieties.
No, listen. This is actual Lunchables. This ain't the great value. This is for real Lunchables, okay? Don't sleep on the Dollar Tree Lunchables.
Hey, one thing I got is a son that eats anything. He eats anything. He will eat anything. So I'm trying to tell you, great value, no value, Dr. Thunder, Mountain Lion is going down. It's going in one and it's coming out the other one. I'm trying to tell you, I'm so grateful I got a child like that. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, he eats
Not great value, no value.
Yeah, it's great value, no value, chocolate chip cookie, macadamia, man, he eat it all. Boy, I'm trying to, that joker is a brick house. I'm telling you.
Oh my God. Okay.
Hey, I had Minute Maid has a juice out now. It got no sugar in it, right?
Yes.
And so what I do is I get like a Kool-Aid packet. You know what I'm saying? I dump a Kool-Aid packet in and mix it up, and it makes the drink taste like the actual Kool-Aid packet, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I try my best to eat a certain way, so I'm drinking it. I know the difference. I give him a cup. Oh, Dad, this is the best thing I ever tasted in my life. In my mind, I'm like, bro, it's a diet drink you drink it. Daddy, it's so good. It's nice and cold. Boy, I said, boy, I'm trying to tell you. That joker, long as it's cold, he'll drink it, boy. That joker is greedy. Because my son thinks just because daddy drinking it, it got to be good. It got to be really good, daddy drinking it.
Right.
So he's sitting there, chugging it like it's the best thing in the world.
Listen, I will say this. Boys definitely are way easier than girls because having girls are so fucking picky. Like, they are beyond picky. And I actually even see that, like, being a woman, like, with my husband. Like, my husband can eat some stuff, and I'm like, what? How can you eat that? And for me, I'm like, oh, no. Like, I can't. No, thank you.
Now, see, all your husband has to do is put on an episode of Fear Factor, then you'll shut right the hell on up. Babe, you want cow brains, or do you want some?
No.
Hey, I ain't
cow
brains. It kind of goes. You know, I'm the same way. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you know, I eat certain stuff. And my old lady be like, "You eating what?" Like, girl, you should have seen some of the stuff I ate in the military. You know what I'm saying? Right. But
now I will say that in the military, I'm like, y'all have no idea what an MRE tastes like. Okay,
I'm trying to tell you.
Have you had one? Eat lasagna in a pouch. Does it really taste like lasagna? Fuck no.
Nah, it
but are you
don't.
gonna eat it anyway?
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am. Man, you gonna take one of them cheese
Hey,
packets?
how many blueberry pies did you eat, or blueberry little muffin things did you eat?
They call them scones.
Yeah, shit ain't no fucking skull. What's wrong with you? Shit's disgusting.
Hey, one MRE got 3,000 calories in it.
Boy,
3,000 calories in it. One MRE.
right? And you
Man,
wonder,
please.
you wonder why you be lagging trying to carry 35 pounds of weight on your back. And what in the?
And you don't know how old that MRE is.
Oh no, because it has no shelf life. It has. These are MREs that they done had since the Cold War. You like, wait a minute, why we still got these? Don't just say Vietnam on it. You like, no, wait a second. I know we ain't eating Vietnam MREs now.
Well, you do not know. I'm trying to tell you, that stuff been in there forever. For real.
Yeah. Like who was in the lab and was like, we're gonna make something that never goes bad ever. You'll never know how old it is.
Stranger things have happened. You know what I mean? At this point, I don't put nothing past nobody. Like, I saw something, and then we'll get back to this. I saw something on Hinge that made me think, like, maybe this could be true. They said on Hinge that the U.S. government has figured out teleportation, the power of it, and they just don't want to give it to us because we would be too dangerous. I'm like, you know what? That is a factually sounded thought that I agree with.
Yeah, teleportation and time travel, all that shit, that's real. I think it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, with that being said,
I know my husband's listening. He calls me an alien, but I'm really not.
well,
hold on.
You say
Technically, I am because I was born in Mexico and then I came to the United States. So technically, I am.
But then what you say to him is, baby, I just take you to a different galaxy every night, so I am an alien. Therefore, you enjoy it. Listen. Braylon's a good person to have on your comeback team. You understand? Listen, I do this all the time, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway. Oh my God. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, I gotta be serious here and get back on track with this shit. Okay, Gigi, you can use that line for free. I ain't gonna charge you because it was that smooth like butter to say. Okay,
it's all right. I had already used it before. It's okay.
Okay. Great minds think alike. There it is. So Darius and Ashley are talking about God, right? And how God leads them. And it was decent, but it didn't have the depth for Donna and Vince, right? And it just seems like, I don't know what it is about Darius, but it seems like he's like a Super Mario Brothers video game. Like, I don't think Ashley has left World 1 with Darius. And she feels that energy. She didn't say Super Mario Brothers World 1 energy that Darius has, but she feels that. So then Darius, he asked, what's your body care routine? And Ashley said, which part? And he's like, all of it. Well, I did body wax this morning. How do we go from God and praising him and to a damn body wax?
Hey, you know what Darius was thinking?
What was he thinking?
I'm just a bachelor.
You know what?
Waiting for a partner. Someone who knows how to ride. Without even falling off.
Oh my God. Did you want her to say that? Did you want her to say that she likes massages? And you could say, well, I actually know a massage owner. Massage Envy. I actually am a franchise owner, many locations in Detroit as well as being an exotic car dealer and owning a banquet hall. So did you want her to say that she likes massages and you wanted to say that you wouldn't mind rubbing her down? Because what the heck? Y'all can take it. How, Sway? How did we go from God to body waxing? Y'all can have. Y'all go ahead and give y'all commentary.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something funny because I was trying to like handle business while I was out watching the episode and stuff. So my husband's listening to it, and normally he doesn't watch it with me, but he was like, "Hey, if you need to put it in the the car speaker, that's fine." So we're listening, and I'm watching, and he gets to this part, and he goes, "Wait a minute, how you go from talking about spirit to succulent?"
We were not alone. Thank you, Gigi's husband. Thank you, sir. What the hell?
Right?
He is an executive producer of the show. He is an executive producer of the show.
Damn skip it, he is.
And I was like, what in the world are we talking about? You could tell he is so surface level. Like, he's like, okay, yeah, we talking about spirit. I could do all that, but let me tell you about laying hands. Wait a minute. It's not what we were talking about. No. That's not the leading. I didn't say lead me to the bedroom. I'm trying to be... Yeah.
I'm talking about leading you to the altar.
And then he had the nerve to have a conversation with Shannon talking about something. He tried to change the stripper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, brother, like, what you really got going on? You know what I'm saying? For real, my man. You are really here trying to find love, not find a part. You know what I'm saying? This joker is really on here trying to find another Tubi movie. You know what I'm saying? Dressed like Cactus Jack with all these furs. He looked like a professional wrestler. I'm like, come on, Darius. We're giving you opportunity after opportunity, and you keep showing us, Darius, what you're here for. I'm like, come on, my brother. Come on, man. Snap into the Slim Jim or something.
Oh, my God. Jesus. I just thank y'all for comforting me in that, because I'm just like, I know I like what I like, but I think we've done enough of Ready to Love, and y'all see me do Braylon's virtual tour live and the brand enough that I have more substance than just liking thick thighs, right? I mean, I wouldn't even transition from that to that. At least I would stay on topic for a good minute before, diving into that, just
think about this one thing, right? These are the best conversations Darius is having. The ones that they showing. So imagine a conversation that they are not showing.
That part.
Imagine it. He's not talking about nothing. He is not talking about. Only thing he's on there doing is trying to sell Homer and Timon. That's the only thing he worried about doing.
You know what? We're not going to disrespect the two legends that saved Pride Rock. Q. We ain't doing this shit.
That's the only thing he's doing. Trying to sell goddamn furs. I'm like, come on, my man. Come. It's no way you wake up every day with a new fur. You got that many furs in your closet? Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking you, my man.
Did that Nikki girl say that him and her went to a fur auction or something?
Yes, they did. Yes.
So it's a such thing as a fur auction?
Apparently, I mean, you think about, like, if you think about Antiques Roadshow, when they appraise stuff like that, I would think that there might be a fashion auction. You know how, like, there's different fashion houses depending on if you're in Atlanta or New York. So I could see that, but why do I feel like if OWN does like a OWN's Cribs, like MTV did? Hey, y'all, welcome to my crib. Now, this is my closet. Now, I know that y'all were trying to shade me, drag me, and tag me on Ready to Love. But, these are my actual furs in my closet.
I feel like he would rent out an Airbnb. Like, yeah, the furs would not be his. He would rent out an Airbnb and rent out some fox furs.
These are my actual furs. I ain't lying. Yeah, I actually own them.
Look, he'll have receipts just laying out, acting like it's an accident.
Look, I ain't even wore this one yet. You know, I ain't even wore this yet.
Right, this one got the tag on it. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave the receipt out. Yeah, y'all can see this right here. You can see right here. I spent $9,000 on this one right here. This one alone. You can see it.
Yeah.
Tag still on it. Look, I got the receipt right here.
I ain't playing with y'all. You gotta say it in his voice. Ashley, gotta understand these furs. You know, I spent a lot of good money on it. I spent these new Tubi movies I got going on. I got a movie called The Tubi Furs, baby. Girl, you listen to me, girl. I'm gonna take it places, baby. I'm gonna take it places. Now, did you shave today? Man, come on, my man. Did you pray?
Listen, why do I feel like if Empire came back on Fox, he would try to audition? Hey, we need Lucius Lyon's cousin. Okay? I'm right here now. I know Lucius Lyon.
Terry is always lying.
Shout to him. Look, I got my own fashion, right? I ain't got to worry about no wardrobe department. I'll just show up to the set of Empire.
The only character he gonna have on Empire is Hustle Man. He's gonna be trying to slang them tacky furs.
Oh my god!
Man, oh god! I think like he be grabbing random cats in the neighborhood. Duct tape them together. Yeah, you gonna get my damn cat back.
That's crazy.
Put my cat down, Darius. Put it down. Put my cat down.
Can you imagine?
I wonder what happened to Garfield. Boy, I'm trying to tell you. He's on his goddamn back.
Talking about this right here. This is a cat chiller right here. This is my newest cat chiller.
Can y'all imagine oh my god, can y'all imagine Henson as Cookie and him being in a scene together? Oh my god. Chop.
They're gonna outfox fur each other.
Chop.
He gonna get cooked. Boy, get cooked. I'm trying to say.
Oh my god. Okay. So I think that's everything from this scene. And this is how you know we are really good at what we do.
Hold on, not to cut you off, brother. Not to cut you off at all.
You're good.
Look at the cover he got.
Yep. No, that's facts.
Look at the cover.
Did he pack that, or was that?
Did he bring that?
Yeah, he did. He brought that because when he was packing up, he was folding it up and tucking it in his bag. Yes, he brought that blanket.
Are you for real? Come on, D-Man.
Yes, go back and look when they was leaving. He was rolling up that blanket, putting it back in his bag.
Come on, D-Man.
No.
Come on, D-Man. Come on. Oh my goodness, him and these furs, man. What in the? This man got a cat blanket, bro. This is crazy.
This is how you know we're good at what we do, because the way we do it, it's almost like a radio show with us, like a dating radio show. And so radio's the theater of the mind. So as soon as I said that there will be a style of MTV Cribs on, I acted out. Q immediately saw it in his head, be like, you know what? I wish this motherfucker would just shut his damn mouth, because he ain't lying for shit.
I had a visual. I really seen this man, you know what I'm saying, really walk by some cheap champagne bottles he had in his house, to go to the bathroom, to open the door to his closet, and you see all these undomesticated jackets. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, wait a second.
Like,
y'all are missing it, because listen, you gotta start from opening the door. He got his polar bear fur on the ground. His polar bear fur is greeting everybody. His steps is mink cat fur, okay? He don't have carpet. He has mink cat fur as carpet, okay? So that leads up the stairwell to where you get to his brown bear fur closet door, because that's how you know you get to the door for his furs. And when you step in, it's just It's just a sight straight out the forest. You have raccoons, rabbits, cats,
Yeah, I got
possums,
And you got
squirrels,
alligator towels. Children got alligator
and
towels.
all of it.
to that point. Y'all look at this. Y'all look at this. We're still on the show. Y'all look at this right here. I'ma leave Darius alone before he cusses me out. Me to the end tonight, ready to hate on everything.
Ready to hate.
Hold on. Please do not tell. Wait a minute.
Who posted that? Ready to
Who?
hate.
who-
Ready
Darkness,
to hate.
darkness is your house, motherfucker. Find another way to reach me, motherfucker.
Ready to hate. Oh, God. This is ready
Why
to
did
hate.
they do this? Why? Oh my goodness, why?
Oh, show over. Over. Show is over. That's all, folks. Ready to hate. It's crazy.
I just had to show y'all that. So with all that being said, let's get back to a couple we actually are rooting for. Ashley, we still care about your child, but we gotta drag your dude. He puts himself in these situations, child. So as everybody's packing to go home, Donna gives this book. But here's the gag. Vince is like, "Do I get to keep the bookmark?" He was like, and she was like, "No, you don't get to keep the bookmark. That's my mama's bookmark, but you will keep the book." And it felt like a husband-wife conversation. Like, wait, I get to keep it? No, you get to keep some of it.
Right? And he's like, "Is this gonna bring me peace?" Yeah.
Like Donna really gets Sharp.
Yes.
She understands Sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right. And when you have somebody that understands you, man, is you know what I'm saying? It's just up to you to treat that present right. You know what I'm saying? It's up for you. It's up for Vince to really see what he got in Donna. You know what I'm saying? It's up to him to value Donna. You know what I'm saying? Because what she brings to the table, you know, is far more that he could purchase. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like he needs to really invest in Donna.
Oh, without question. I mean, let me tell you something. Donna has shown so many moments of wifey vibes. Like, remember when they met the ex and in her confessionals when she said, "Well, it does take two to talk. You could be quiet." I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, well, all right. Well,
Yeah, Donna definitely. She's
Lord.
definitely. I feel like a stronger connection for Vince, and vice versa. Like I feel like they're definitely a couple that can last beyond the show.
Yes.
And out of any couple that is to leave together, I feel like Vince and Donna could actually make something real.
Totally agree.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So we get to this here, right? Vince and Lauren, right? And when it comes to this here, Lauren calls, her friend. Well, actually, before that, so Lauren and Vince are on this date, and they're talking about some things that happened on the getaway and this, that, and the third, and so there's an apology that happens. Lauren calls her friend on the phone, and Vince wants to apologize, and Lauren's going to bring her friend potentially, and Vince was like, "Wait, what?" Like I said, I would like to do that. That doesn't mean I was going to. But before that, some of Lauren's favorite things. She likes his character, stand up for what you believe in, protector, good man, and can see Vince fitting into her life. And so, the apology was good. And the friend said that, they were rooting for him. And Vince said that, hey, listen, I'm not going to be crying on this film. Thank you so much. We're going to get back to our day. Hopefully see you soon. And so then, Vince, being the gentleman that he is, he says, call me when you get home. I do that same thing. Listen, I still open up the car door for my mom and my sister when we go out. Sincerely. Every time. Like, there will be times where, because I have done, my dad will do it. And I'm proud that, oh my God, child, I've laughed and cried so much because of these two hooligans over here. I say that with love, grace, and space. Of course, I love them very much. But I say that to say that this show, Ready to Love, and of course with Solana and Gigi and Q and the rest of you, Ready to Love Nation, y'all have welcomed me in so much. I feel like every season I learn more about myself. Now, I'm not an expert at love, but I feel like I'm so at peace with my perspective on love because I'm about very factually understanding who the person is, what our resources are, and what is our capacity to invest in each other. And it was nice to see that Vince said, call me when you get home, because I feel like as an old school brother that my old school raising doesn't matter. And so to have seen Ready to Love for the season that we've seen it, and to see this season be so mature, it gives me hope. Like, I'm praying for a Donna to come into my life. I mean, there's only one Donna, Vince, so congratulations to you. You got her, okay? Now, if Donna's got a sister, just holler at Braylon Lee. I'm available on YouTube. Gigi and Q will get you in touch with me, but that's neither here nor there. But after all that, Lauren gives a kiss on the cheek as well. So I thought it was a healing conversation, but child, it's Vince and Donna all the way for me. Y'all can take it. What's y'all commentary on Lauren and Vince?
Can we just start with the fact that I thought that it was, sorry guys, back it up on the water, but I thought that it was quite, I ain't gonna say tacky, but I don't think that it was right for her to sit there and call her friend during the date.
Yes.
He was caught off guard, and he actually even said something like, that should be something I agree to. Because he was caught off guard. He didn't agree to talking to her friend right there during the date. He was just basically saying, hey, pass on the apology. And when she brought up, well, hey, maybe I'll call her. He's like, maybe not right now. That was kind of his thinking. Right. But yeah, for her to just pull out her phone, call her friend, and be like, hey, we're here with our favorite person, and he's got something to say, like that, put him on the spot. I feel like that was wrong. Shouldn't have happened.
Agreed.
Other than that, I feel like their conversations are good, but I still don't see the real connection between them because, as they both say, it's a roller coaster. It's up and down. No, neither one of them know where they place with each other or what's going to happen next. And I just feel like this was another team filler because it's Donna and Vince all the way from me.
No, absolutely. And not to mention, too, I feel like for Vince and Lauren, this was a reset on the confirmation of where they are. And so when Vince said, send the apology, that was him recognizing what he wants to do. And because he was respectful enough of, I don't know them, but I did create the circumstance, Lauren should have read the room. If we got onto Vince for calling her a bitch and he acknowledged that, Lauren should have read the room of this was about y'all. But once again, Vince, he took it in stride. And
but hold on, I'm gonna say one more. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, but there was one more thing that you actually just triggered me thinking. But finish what you're saying.
No, I was just gonna say, but the fact that the friend said we were rooting for you, I think also gave him confirmation. And Vince was a good sport about it. Go right over to you, Gigi. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Just wanted to.
No. I'm sorry. I didn't actually interrupted you, but you triggered a thought because her doing that just showed the lack of respect she had for Vince, just in the same way as the conversation that happened with her friends. And afterwards, when they were at the cabin and she talked to Vince, and she basically told him that her friends can say and do whatever they want, but he basically has to go with it. I feel like that was another instance of her showing exactly what she meant. Like, no, okay, well, we're going to do this now because I want it done now. You're going to talk to my friend now, and go ahead and apologize. Do it now on my time, instead of it being something like that he actually was wanting to do at that time. But that was more so not to show that Vince has this side to him. This was more so to validate her friend and show her friend, like, hey, I can make him apologize to you right now. Like, he's going to apologize to you right now. I think it was more validation for her friend than what it was a redemption for Vince. Which, honestly, I don't even feel like it was something he needed to redeem himself for, because what was the point in them continuing on to ask him about him being 6'2"? So, again, like I said, I feel like this is more validation for her friends than what this was for Vince.
Man, that was crazy. The apology was not even needed. It wasn't even warranted. You know what I'm saying? Out of the kindness of his heart, you know what I'm saying? He could have said what he wanted to say, but it wasn't even needed. First off, why are you even bringing your friends up in our date? Your friend's not even valuable enough in our conversation right now. I'm getting to know you. I haven't even spent any quality time with your friends. They came over here to try to vet me. It's not like I'm trying to be a part of their world. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that kind of upset me, because I'm just like, how in the world can they have the audacity to even want to have an apology from this man? Well, how? That to me, that didn't make any sense. Off of a misunderstanding. It wasn't no disrespect. It wasn't none of that. No disrespect to none of that. You really you're the one who really came with the bad energy.
Not to cut you off, Q, to add to your point, and I'll get right back to you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you triggered a thought for me. Did her friends ask for an apology? Back over to you, Q, with that.
Evidently, for her to say, well, my friends wanted to be here, or whatever she said about them, evidently it was a conversation about Vince. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, they the one who brought the unwarranted energy. And just because he answered the question, he wanted to answer the question, and he kept asking it to get some more understanding, like, what does my height have to do with it? What? He's trying to figure out why y'all keep asking this question. What does my height have to do with it? You know what I mean? Now, just because he said it how he said it, you took it how you took it, does not mean he was wrong. You know what I mean? And evidently, Lauren is making more of the situation than it really is, I believe.
Absolutely. Without question.
This is why I said I feel like this is more of a validation for her friend than what this was for Vince redeeming himself for something that he really didn't even need to redeem himself for, because he did nothing wrong. I feel like her friend should have apologized for him for creating an uncomfortable environment at a time where that shouldn't have been necessary. Because I was thinking, when they got up and they hugged, he was about just as tall as her, and I'm pretty sure she's got on some heels, or at least some stacks. So she's going to be a couple inches taller. So he very well could be 6'2". But still, the whole point was, what does his height really have to do? Does his height make him less of a provider? Does his height make him less of a protector? Does his height make him less of a earner? Like, what does his height, what does it do? What does knowing his height benefit you? How does it benefit you? And it's not even how does it benefit Lauren. How does it benefit her friends? Because these are the people who she's making the most fuss about, is her friends. So are you really ready to love, or are you really ready to still love your friends? Because right now it seems like that's where her relationship is more so at, instead of it being on someone who can actually create moments with her beyond what she's used to. So to me, honestly, I don't see her leaving with anyone.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like this was a,
great point of view. Point of view.
Very great point of view, as always. I feel like this was kind of a confirmation of, okay, I'm going to patch things up here, But as we see in the preview, it's Donna and Vince meeting the family. It ain't Lauren. So, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? So I think everything's been said in that, right? In that scene.
Yeah,
Okay.
we right.
All right. So this was the ending of a connection that never was, child. As Q has said, gaslighting has happened here, but in the same token, this was already decided. So, Dominique, right here, carde, right here. Yes, indeed. So, carde, make or break date. It was overwhelming for Dominique, but she wasn't going to be weird to Cardi. And Carde said that he should have had more time. He should have used his time more wisely on the getaway to be with Dominique. And Dominique said, should, well, could have. And she said that she needs more than friends. And Bello applied the pressure. Now, I'm going to just say this, right? And I'm going to use Q's point. And Dominique, I would ask you this question if you would come over to our channel. By the way, if any cast member wants to come on over, feel free. We will have a good time. As you can see, we are happy people. Okay, now we'll hold your feet to the fire, but we'll give you love, grace, and space because y'all gave us a great season. Okay, way better than Philly. And like we've been saying, one of the most, if not the most mature season in recent history. So you guys are going to get a great time because you gave us great content. However, to use Q's point, Dominique, if Q would have not Q, sorry, you're not on Red Love. Sorry, I meant Carde.
Hey, I ain't now. You can use me.
I love this damn show. So whether it was Q or Carde, if Q or Carde gave you time at the vacation, would you have given either of them the time on the vacation, or would you have stuck to Bello? That's the real thing. Because here's the thing. Just because you apply pressure doesn't mean the woman is accepting. And I'm sure Q has had stories has been through stuff where there's a woman that he likes, and just because you apply pressure doesn't mean that she reciprocated. So,
bingo.
Question for me of, if you and him kissed on the vacation and Carde asked where everybody slept and everybody looked at him awkward, and Bello and Dominique didn't say nothing, but everybody knew where they were, and they kicked Shannon out of her room, which was unnecessary to, more Dominique's part than Bello. I think Bello should have stepped up and said, hey, this is Shannon's room. But there's been a frequency of an energy with them that even Carde saw on the vacation. So, yeah, you could say that if you need to apply pressure, but if you haven't been accepting any pressure from anybody else, then what the fuck was that statement for, Dominique? Over to y'all. Y'all got it. Go forth and prosper with y'all commentary.
Honestly, I think Q called it earlier when he said that Dominique's confidence has turned to cockiness. We've seen that, and we're seeing it now. And this is what I was saying. I feel like she kind of doubled down with the cockiness of Carde because her attitude was completely different, which leads me to believe that something possibly went down on the vacation between her and Bello, because now she is all Bello, which honestly their connection has been the strongest connection, I feel like, from the very beginning.
Yes,
they've had the strongest connection of anyone. Theirs have been unwavering. They've both been each other's top from day one, and even though I think Dominique was down in eliminations first, she hasn't been there since. But the cabin definitely, and we've seen this throughout different seasons, that vacation really makes or breaks the relationship, and it lets you know where you stand with the people who you might feel like you have a connection with. And I feel like that's what happened here. There were some some strategic moves made on Dominique's part with kicking Shannon out of the room, making sure that her and Bello shared the room. Anything else that happened in the room stayed in the room because unlike Never Ever Met, there are no cameras in those bedrooms.
Yep.
No, we don't know what happened. We can only speculate and say allegedly. So allegedly, her and Bello took it to another level, and that's why there's no room for Carde. There's the attitude, like it's a done deal. Carde, you're done. There's nothing else. Bello is there. Like she said, and she made sure to put emphasis on pressure. He applied pressure, which is what she needed. Cardi didn't do it. It's a wrap. It's over. There's nothing else.
And for her to have, for Dominique to have the confidence that she had, Bello had to give it to her. Bello had to give it to her. Bello had to give her the reassurance. Now she got that reassurance that she needed. Now she confident. Now she's confident. You know what I'm saying? But if Bello would not have given that to her, just like all the other women, you know what I'm saying? If Bello would have given that power, that confidence to another one of the connections, you know, they could walk around like, you know, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? I'm that. Bello gave that space to Dominique so she can talk that talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't hear Bello talking about all these other guys talking about their connections with Dominique. He never doubled down and said nothing to them other guys about their connections with Dominique. But Dominique be slick talking other people who have connections with Bello. Stay slick talking to them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Dominique speaks for Bello and Dominique whenever she talks. You know what I'm saying? And Bello really gave her that. Bello really gave her the key to talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? She's a very dominant person, it seems like, and she's gonna mark her territory. And Bello like, cool, you gonna mark it, I'm gonna walk with you. You know what I'm saying? So she, you know, shots out. I'm glad, you know, she handled her business how she handled her business, but on the back end of it, I just wish that you didn't leave so many casualties of war along the way. You know what I'm saying? Because if Cartier and what's the other guy name? Devon knew they didn't have a chance with you, they would have one found and stayed with other connections. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the gaslighting comes into play, because you knew you did not want a connection with these guys. You just knew having a connection with these guys could benefit you. You should have let them guys go find love, man. It's their fault too. Hold on, it's their fault too. They grown men. They are grown men. But I'm just saying, if you knew you didn't want to be with those guys, go ahead and let them know. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Kill a hope.
I know. I fully agree. I think if everybody allowed themselves to breathe in the process, it wouldn't be so tight to feel like you have no options, and that's about to be over. With that being said, I think this is what Gigi was trying to say. That Dominique was trying to say to Carde.
That's bad news for you. Your fucking grandson is
Yeah, yeah.
Just, you know, there's always a meme for everything, ladies and gentlemen.
Crazy work.
Oh God. Okay. I think that's everything from this scene, right, guys?
And the thing about it is, you know, as a man, you don't want to be in that situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in that situation at all. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? If I was Cardi, I would have came out and said, cool. It's not, because it felt like he's begging almost. You know what I'm saying? Yes. If it put him in a position where he's like, you know, I'd rather him come out and say, you know what? We don't have a connection. You know, I can see you talking to Bello. I could have a trial, whatever pressure that you wanted me to apply, you still was going to not give me the opportunity. So I can even live with where I'm at with it. And just, you know what I mean? Not just saying power down, saying, oh, yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah. of course you're gonna be right because you're the one giving out the opportunity.
Yep.
So you knew what you're doing. So it wasn't even. I wish Cardi would have even kept his thoughts to himself and just rolled it out. You know what I'm saying? We just had a date and talked about whatever. Don't sit here and take blame for not applying pressure when you didn't even have the opportunity to do it.
Yes.
You know what? And to your point, though, too, and I say this often, if the shoe was on the other foot, she would have wanted that same thing. If she's still with somebody and they have other connections, she's going to want to be told the truth too. Either let her down gently or, harsh, however it is, give her the opportunity to let her move on. Because the whole thing would be, oh well, you played me. Just wait. What did was it Rose last time? You played me. You took away my opportunity. Then you got to hear that shit. And it's like, well, it happened, but you got to start thinking. And I think like this too. Like, I really would not do something that I would not want someone else to do to me. If I know it's going to hurt someone else or it would hurt me to be done to, why the fuck would I inflict that on someone else?
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you something, like something honestly about me. For a long time, just because I'm an empath, so hurting people's feelings is definitely hard for me. But if if you're a bully though, oh, I'll fuck, man, I will bully. I don't care. Like, oh, you like picking on weak people? Let's play this game. Love it. But otherwise, like, I'm an empath, so a lot of relationships previously that I was in weren't necessarily relationships that I wanted to be in. Some of them were downright just terrible. These are just not good. But I had this fucked up thing where I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so I couldn't break up with them because I felt like if I was the one that was breaking up, I'd hurt their feelings. So for a long time, I was saying fuck the past relationship off of that principle. But then when I was like ruthless and was like, oh no, we're not going to do this anymore. After I hit a certain age, I was like, oh, we're not doing this no more. That shit stinks. But I'm still at a point to where I'm still not going to hurt someone intentionally or do something that I know I wouldn't want done to me. And I feel like that's what Dominique is doing. Just like you said, you have these connections that you know you're not going to really give your all or really not seeing yourself being with these people. Why leave them on? Why not go ahead and cut them loose so that they can go ahead and actually hone in on the connections? Devon could have went ahead and made something with Shannon. Carde could have made something with somebody else, which I don't really see anybody else who was there for him like that, unless him and Ashante could have possibly made something. But yeah, don't play in their face, especially if you know that you wouldn't want it done.
No, very well said. Very well said. So,
and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No, and that's why I wanted to use your articulate point of, the quiet parts not being said out loud here. And I think the beauty of our after show is, and I think we've all been, each one of us, in some shape, form, or fashion. There's been a time where Q's been me, or I've been Q, or I've been Gigi, and vice versa. We've all been each other in terms of perspectives on this show. So when Q said what he said at first, I'm just like, well, I mean, if I got Dominique in my face, I ain't gonna blame for shit. But then, like Gigi said, well, Bray, this is a different set of circumstances where you might not be able to get to a Dominique on a regular daily basis. So I'm like, okay, well, that's 1 + 1. And then the 2 happened tonight of, wait a minute, Q was right the whole time. Not saying he wasn't wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but follow with what I'm saying. Sometimes with our after shows, and sometimes when you watch other content creators, they will say something right then that will be for something later on down the line. So when this conversation happened, I'm just like, wait a minute, this is the 2. Q was the 1 with the gas line. Gigi was the 2 with the, wait a minute, Bray, this ain't reality. That was, Q was 1, Gigi was 1, and then the 2 was, if he applied the pressure, would you have given him the time of day? There it is. So, takes time to get to where we need to be, ladies and gentlemen. More of the story there. So, we get to Bello and Enchante here. Enchante, you look good at that job. corset was corseting. Very well. Okay. So with that being said,
Hello.
Dominique,
It
listen.
looks like everybody's eyes was open too. Look at that.
You know,
You know what? Let's give it up for the eyes being open. Amen. Well, I mean, it does look like Bill kind of.
Bella look like a deacon. Bella got that third
Listen, I
Sunday
don't know
suit
if his
on.
eyes is closed or if he's just looking at the corset, so it looked like his eyes is closed. I don't know.
He had lines on his shirt and his jacket. Boy, I said, hey, my man, you got to choose one.
Not the Easter pastor suit.
Easter pastor.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the day that the Lord has made.
I know.
For
I
some
think
of
like
you,
he's ready to preach.
now, for some of you, now listen, today is Easter. Now, for the children, we're going to hop along in the backyard of the church with an Easter with an Easter egg hunt. Now, for the rest of you, some of you hopped back last night.
Listen,
now, some of you had no money. So
I hope that nobody take this joke wrong. I hope that nobody take this joke the wrong way, but it looked like he got incense of bean pies in his trunk. He got something to do after this.
Wow. Wow. Whoa.
All righty. With that being said, and with chocolate bunnies and snow bunnies being recognized as a people, let's move on. So Dominique. Okay.
Listen, just know I love everybody. Okay, them bean pies be good as shit sometimes. Sometimes.
And we love you right back. Yes, we do.
So, most down.
But I'm gonna say, I don't know if that jacket is liking them arms, because it look like it's busting moves, it's busting out on so.
Jesus. Okay.
All right, moving on. We're gonna stop.
So Dominique is familiar, okay, but that's because he's done that option in the past. Not Dominique, although he might have done Dominique on the getaway. We don't know that for sure, but grown people gonna do what grown people gonna do. But moving on, Dominique is familiar, but that's what he used to do in the past, and Enchanté is different. And there was a deep moment from Bello talking about him going from the hood to the suburb, and he talks about Bel Air. And so he used that aggression that he had onto the football field. And Enchanté didn't know her dad that well. And so because of her dad passing away, she wanted to be able to live a peaceful life. And, she found the word non-toxic. I will say this, right? I truly do believe if it was more time, I do think that Bello could have had a very difficult choice between Dominique and Bello, because it's going back to Gigi's point. Bello wants Dominique, but maybe what he needs is Enchanté. And we talked about this last week with the outlet, and that I think it was Q who said this, that outlet is like tennis or more motorcycling or whatever. But then I said, well, sometimes you want your partner to be an outlet of support, and we never have heard that about Dominique. And I feel like at this point Bello is locked in on Dominique, but there's something about the comfortability of that mental connection that he can't stay away from, but yet he can't let himself go to dive in and to really invest and see what can be. What did y'all think of this conversation between Enchanté and Bello and my commentary on it?
I mean, you're definitely spot on, and that definitely goes into what, I've been saying before. You can chase what you want, but that doesn't mean you can escape what you need. So him being with Dominique and him saying that that's familiar, that's what you're used to. And if we talk about what's familiar, just a year ago, what was familiar was a one-night stand. So if that is familiar to you, or is that what you're saying? You know,
Well,
that's what, or
brother.
are we saying that that is, you
Oh,
know, what is familiar to you? Um,
mhm.
because if that's so, then we see where this is going, and you're absolutely right. I feel like if there was more time, we definitely could have built something stronger with Rashante, because the connection that they have now, you could see it could have been something, and they both could be good for each other and be the necessity that each other needs. But again, they've been swayed by their wants and desires instead of actually, you know, what is going to make them both better in the long run. Because right now sounds great. To have a right now, wonderful. But what do you do about the later on? Is that right now able to handle later on?
Yes.
So, um, yeah, I think I agree with you. They definitely, if they had time, I feel like they could have been something.
Very well done, Gigi, as always, gorgeous. Q, what's your take, brother?
Thank you.
Wow.
I totally agree with Gigi. You know what I'm saying? I totally agree. I express the same sentiment. You know what I'm saying? I do believe what you say. Also, if there were more time, I do believe Bella would have a harder choice. But one thing I was confused by what Bello said was he said Dominique's familiar. You know what I'm saying? Ajante um is what do you say?
Different.
Different. Okay, so follow what I'm saying, right? So different as to the fact of, are we talking Roof Chris to Longhorn?
Ooh,
Different? Well, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because how you're treating her,
Roof
you know what I'm
Chris to
saying?
STK Steakhouse, good sir.
You
Premium
feel
versus every day. Go
so
ahead. Just
so so so,
see where
so
you
what are
go.
you saying? Are you saying like, I'm used to dating this quality of woman and you're not that? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Bello has a way of showing his hand by what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? By the words he's choosing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really feel like it would have been. I don't know where he would put Ajante at. Does he value Ajante the same way he values Dominique? You know what I'm saying? Or is um Ajante more like a tag along? So
Damn,
Lauren's
Q.
friends did say that he's like a politician.
Yes, they do.
So there you go, right? Yeah.
Ooh, damn.
Listen, I didn't know we had so much smoke for this one. Shit.
I ain't lying.
Listen, I know we joke about a lot of things, but damn, when you really put in that metaphor, Q, very well done. I mean, damn, that would be going like from Church's Chicken to Yardbird for chicken and waffles for brunch. Like that. There's a range there. Wow. Okay. I mean, well done. I see it. Whew, my lord. So I think that's everything, right? In this thing, because that took me out, y'all. Both of y'all, honestly. Um. So if y'all ready, shall we go to the lounge?
Yeah, moving right along, my
Yeah,
man.
listen, yeah.
Now this is the final lounge with Nephew Tommy. For the ladies, there will be a final lounge for the men, and then I think in Philadelphia they did a brunch. Now we don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it looks like we're going to get our 13, 14, maybe 15 episodes. It looks like it, but we gotta wait and see. But with the lounge, and by the way, Donna, yes to this color on you. Okay, yes to that color on you. Gorgeous. Okay. And the rest of the ladies look lovely. I just the pink stood out. Okay, so positive vibes. Donna and Vince all the way. Ain't surprised by that. Lauren said Vince. But they mentioned Bello and the shifting of his connection when Dominique was in the room. Dominique felt a way about it, but like I think it was Q and GG who said that. Well, this goes to show Dominique's cockiness because Lauren was really trying to be loving, kind, and gracious. Honestly, like she'd even come at from a combative point of view, whether it had Grand Marnier in it or not. Alcoholic or put Kalula in as well. With that being said, yes, indeed. But with that being said, Dominique felt a way about it. Ashley, this was a curveball. Of course, it's Ashley and Darius, but that's not the curveball, ladies and gentlemen, because Ashley's car is in the shop, and Darius gave his car to Ashley. Okay, all right, moving on. And we'll talk about it in a minute, everybody. Believe me, you. Dominique, Bello, Enchante, Bello. And then, Tommy understood Lauren. So then we get to who you're not connecting with. So then it was Ashley Carde, Dominique Carde, Enchante Vince, Donna Steven, and Lauren Steven. Enchante, I'm just going to tell you right now, Donna has wifey energy. In the words of Wayne Brady, does Donna have to cut a bitch? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me flip the words around back because that's not what Wayne Brady said. Does Donna have to choke a bitch? Those are the right words. Let me clap that too. Those are the right words. I felt like this lounge, for it being the final one, first of all, these lounges have been very mature. Can we get the future seasons to be this mature? Please and thank you. Lightheart Entertainment, Will Packer, please and thank you. This was pretty down the middle, but the biggest thing that really got to me it wasn't even the blow up because Lauren handled herself accordingly, but it was the fact that Darius is giving Ashley his car as a loaner car. And I'm just like, is it one of the rentals that Nikki said that you don't own? Like, what's going on here? It seems like in this lounge, if we're looking at this lounge right now, Dominique and Bello, Ashley and Darius, Donna and Vince, Enchante, not seeing anybody, Lauren, not seeing anybody. With that being said, over to Q and GD. What is y'all take?
Agree with that. Agree. I don't even think there's anything else that I need to add to it, but agree with that fully. Yes. Right now, you paired them up perfectly, and I feel like the elimination or the negatives were rightly so. Corday and Steven really had no connections there, so it was right for them to be in the bottom. And yep, I agree. On you too.
I'm rocking with it 100%. You echo my exact sentiment. You know what I'm saying? But it was crazy that Ashley pulled up with his car. You know what I'm saying? That was wild.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
That's wild. But another thing about it, you know what I'm saying? You just ain't about to give anybody your card. You know what I'm saying? You're just not about to do that. You know what I'm saying? So on the back end of that, it might be something, Darius might do see something in Ashley. But I wonder what part of Darius is Ashley getting. That's the only thing I'm more, that, Ashley's worried about as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but for her to sit there and say that so, loosely, it meant something to her. But she also want to let all the ladies know, like, She marking her territory as well.
But see, ain't nobody else. Don't none of the other women have any kind of connection with Darius, so she really ain't got to fight. Like you, you got him, girl. Nobody else wants him. Nobody else is calling him his top. Their top.
True,
Nothing.
true.
Only Ashley. So him making them moves, I feel like it's possible that he could actually be, on the right side and really could be feeling her. But I agree with you. What is she getting out of it? He might be getting a whole lot, but what is she gonna get?
And
And
not
I
to
just
mention,
hope that it's not no scam, just like what this Nikki girl talking about. But we
right?
can only say things are alleged because we don't have proof.
No, absolutely. And not to mention too, I want to give Donna her credit because when Ashante said, there's nothing there with Vince, and Dominique, added on to that, I appreciate that Donna did not feel a way about that because it's their experience. But also, too, I feel like Donna has that energy of, hold on one damn second. You can have a whole person that y'all have not had any deep conversations with. You barely existed with anybody. Me and him been doing a slow burn, but it's strong. Because I felt like when Ashante and Dominique did that, and Dominique had her stank on it with her voice, it's just like, you're acting like Janelle Habibi. Like, what did Vince do to you? Like, child, at this point, like, yeah, he did what he did with the tattoos and this, that, and the third, but child, you haven't interacted with Vince at all since the mixer. And Ashante, like, you and Vince figured out that y'all weren't cool, so why did you have to bring him up? Like, yeah, is it just me that felt that way?
No, Donna's very poised. She has a very mature aura about herself. She's not finna get into no riffraff. I don't see her, doing like a bunch of arguing and, like I feel like if she's in a relationship with someone, she's definitely gonna stand up for you, of course. But in a process like this where things are so uncertain and up in the air, she has more grace about herself for her to stoop to the level of being immature or upset because someone says something bad about somebody she's connected to. Because she can clearly see, hey, that's your opinion and that might be, your experience, but that doesn't make it everyone's experience. So, and again, this goes into why I say this is a very mature season, and I love it because we are not getting the cattiness so much. So far, Dominique's the only one who's really bringing it, and really, it's unwarranted. There's no reason for it. No, but it's very misplaced.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like, I mean, was it that good? But now you just like you territorial. What is it?
Yeah, then she got the nerve to sit here and say everybody's like Carde is really not really doesn't have any depth to him. Everybody's pretty much saying that. Then she gonna sit here and say, well, when we talk, he got depth to him. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much trying to somewhat validate a connection with her and Carde. Like Carde's giving her something that nobody else is getting. You know what I'm saying? And how in the world is that? You know what I'm saying? So
Right, and you
another
pulled a Steven to say that y'all don't have no connection, but that you want a windmill for him.
exactly. Gaslighter.
Yeah, no, and that's why I said that, because I'm just like, okay, hang on, wait, let me breathe for 1 minute. Did I hear one person who don't have a connection with anybody, and another person that has not had any of the deepness that clip we saw with Donna and Vince one time this season really try to drag Vince? Really? Okay, child. All right. Y'all got it. So, with that being said, we get to the bottom Okay, we get to Carde and Argentine, and then hang on as it pulls up here, and then we have Donna and Steve. Okay, so here we go. I have first up, I got Lauren and Steve, so let me get to them. So with Lauren and Steven, right? Steven wanted to know where are we, and Lauren said that it's private energy, it's not public. And that was the same thing with Carde and Ashley, of that, they text but it's not really anything, which made Ashley say at the vacation of, that's why you were at the bottom. And Lauren said that ladies feel that you could have some more assertiveness, and you seem emotionally unavailable. And Steven said only one is going to get that energy from me. Brother, we're on episode 10. Who's going to get that energy? Okay? All right, moving on. So then, with that being said, because y'all know how we do here, we try to recreate the show for you as best as we can. So they go back and forth. So now I'm going to give y'all Carde and Argentine. Argentine and Carde are talking, and, Argentine said that, I was spending time with my people, but I hope I didn't make you feel awkward. And Carde said, I wasn't awkward, but I was rooting for you when you were, playing football and Jenga. And Argentine said, how did you know I was playing that? Because you were watching. And it goes to what Dominique said, which is a double-edged sword, right? Because if he would have created the pressure, would you have received it? No. But in the same token with this, Argentine really didn't have any connections. So, in the same token, I really don't think that Argentine and Carde have really had a connection in this season that we've seen that neither one of them could be upset about. So it was like, of course you watch, because there was nothing that y'all had as a connection. The ladies feel that, Carde was not being intentional below the surface, and that he is funny, that he uses his humor and funniness to hide things. And so I said, as I was watching the episode to myself, I'm like, Carde is going to go, right? That was my prediction. But then I'm just like, this could be a double elimination. I said I watched the episode the day of. And then it goes to, you're not ready to love Carde. And then there's the church hug or not. I'm like, brother, no, she hugged you, okay? she hugged you, okay? Now you were able, give. There's levels to hugs, but she gave a genuine hug to you, bro. And then, of course, with Lauren and Steven, Steven is not ready to love. Now, of course, this impacts Lauren because she really does care about Steven's feelings. And I will say, and as I give this to Gigi and Q, I'm very proud of everybody who has been eliminated, because they have taken this on the chin so well. When you hear that you are not ready to love, you don't understand the context, conjecture, and connection that it's a part of the show. That doesn't mean that you personally are not ready to love, but you don't know that fight or flight pattern mentally when you're in it. And so the fact that everybody has had reflection in being eliminated and not letting that elimination dictate them, I say bravo to each and every single one of them. What did y'all think of this double elimination and how these, dates went?
Well, I'll just say quickly, I agree with you. I was watching it and I was like, is this going to be a double elimination? But of course, I already saw Cardi going. Like I thought it would for sure be Cardi if it was just one. But in the back of my head, something was like, this is going to be a double. And it did. And at first I was like, oh man, that's crazy. But then I thought, and I was like, that was very necessary because Steven just played in our face this whole episode. And then Cardi, we've been seeing his steam fizzle out. Like we've heard what's been said. We know the combination or the connection he was holding on to, which was Dominique, really wasn't a connection for him. So it was like, yeah, I seen him going. Kind of shocked to see Steven go, but once I started analyzing stuff, I was like, yeah, it was meant for him to go. Because what was he really giving? He started gaslighting heavy. Like his representative started to, I don't know if it took a break or what happened. It fizzled out, but Steven's, true form started to show. So I feel like it was good that he went. I don't know. To have Ashanti and Lauren do it, I feel like also symbolizes as well that those two could very well end up alone too, because as you said, who do they really have?
Yeah.
Donna's got Vince, Ashley has Darius, and Dominique has Bello. Those two don't have anybody. So you're eliminating the guys who don't have anybody while you guys don't have anybody. So come next week, they'll be gone too. I wouldn't. If they do elimination, it might be a double elimination. It might just be a single one, but I feel like it's going to be a double elimination. And then the ones that are left, that's when you choose if you're going to stay or if you're going to go.
Yep.
And we're going to end up with those last three couples.
It's going to be really kind of hard to do a double elimination for the ladies, I believe. It's going to be difficult because right now you're trying to prove that Donna and that Vince and Lauren got a connection. You're also trying to prove that Ashanti and Bella have a connection. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to push. That's the narrative that they're trying to push. So now you got 3 guys, 5 women. So of course, you know what I'm saying? Some controversy got to get pushed. A narrative has to get pushed outside of what we see. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was difficult seeing Steven go, but I just I echo the same intimate sentiment Gigi say. But way you that deep in the process with all those connections. It makes no sense. It made 0 sense for him to have all those connections still and get that deep in the process. It was time for him to go because he was really setting himself up for failure. Because who would he really choose? You know what I'm saying? Who would he really choose?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. So in the preview, it's time for the women to meet the family, to meet the men's families rather. Donna and Vince are meeting. It looks like Vince's brother, and Donna wants to be engaged by 2025. Well, it's 2026, Donna. I will just say this. I think, the rule that Steve Harvey has said for a long time that all men can change, all men will change, but we're only changing for one woman. I do believe all women can change, all women will change, but they're only changing for one man. And I believe Donna is going to be willing to compromise with Vince because they have established something beyond this show that timeline that Steven has for 2 years. If they do the work in those 2 years, Donna got Vince and Vince got Donna. So she's been having this energy all season, but I do believe that Donna's gonna be a very compromising woman, not losing herself, but complimenting where they can agree. Then you have Ashley and Darius, and I want y'all context, conjecture, and connection after I get done with the last part of the preview here about the cooking and cleaning. And it sounded like Ashley said that she was going to be cooking and cleaning. And that theirs is like, there's no way in hell I've ever heard of a 40-year-old not wanting to do that. And then we got Dominique, Bello, and Lauren, which, okay. I gave the couples of who has somebody who doesn't. And then Lauren has the cold energy of, and a little bit of Shannon energy, but Shannon is more refined than Lauren. But Nicole is the other end of the spectrum compared to Lauren. So Lauren, she's right there in the middle. She's got the capacity, capability, comprehension to go to the far left or the far right, but she's calm in the middle. With that being said, Lauren said, in front of Dominique, do you want to grow our connection, Bello? Yes or no? Child, oh my Lord, to say that at the end, you can't read the room. My Lord Jesus. Over to Q and Gigi for y'all commentary on the preview.
I'm ready for it. Listen, I'm ready for every last bit of it. Let's go ahead and end this out because I feel like that's when a lot of explosions are going to happen. Just like the very last part with Lauren asking Bello, if they want to build on their connection. And you're right. It's way too late for that. What are we building on this connection for? And you know what? That is normally the pattern of Ready to Love. Is normally at the end of the season, even though they're mismatched with couples, there normally might be like a 4-to-3 ratio type thing. Might be 4 guys, 3 girls, or 3 girls, 4 guys, or whatever the case is. I mean, I might have said that the same way, but whatever. But, where there's always someone who has to make a choice between 2 people. And I feel like they might be trying to push that. With Lauren and Bello having to make that decision between him and her and Dominique.
Yeah, Ashante.
Yeah. Yeah, but and even Ashante, like Ashante, I don't even see her as a player in the game. No offense. And it really just has nothing to do with her necessarily. It's just I haven't seen any of the guys really picking her for it to be where I think like, hey, she might be chosen at the end. It'll be a high surprise if she is, but so far throughout this entire time, I haven't seen anybody, really, really choose her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, the Darius situation, and I'm wondering if he's saying that about Ashley, or was that a situation from the past that he's talking about? Because I really want to know. Because Ashley doesn't take me as the type who says she's not going to cook or clean.
Yeah.
But then again, there's some who feel like if they're cute enough and doing and working hard enough, they shouldn't have to do certain things.
Right.
But yeah, I still don't. She just doesn't seem like the type that would say something like that. So I really I want the full context of that.
Same here.
And yeah, with Vince and Donna, the timeline has definitely been a thing. And yeah, 2025 is over, Donna. I want to see what has happened. Did it go through or did it not? Because one thing is, even though Vince has his, he's not trying to waver on his timeline or how he does things. Sometimes if the right person comes along, they will change shit and it will seem so natural that you won't even realize that you've made that change. You won't even it doesn't seem like a change. It just seems like a natural thing to do. So we don't know. Their connection can grow and something like that could possibly happen. So that's my take.
Understood. Great take. Gorgeous as always. Q, what's your take on the preview, good sir?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I feel like right around this time right here, it's a curveball gonna get thrown, and we're really gonna see who people are. It's really getting hot and heated now. You got to make a decision coming up. Now you also see certain people who have connections that's been lasting the whole show. When you get down to the bread and butter, and now we're really talking about timelines and where do you see our relationship going, or how can it flourish, or this and that, and not just in the process. You know what I'm saying? Because in the process versus outside the process is two different things. You know what I mean? In the process, we're seeing each other every day. We're recording, they're taping. We always around each other. Now outside the process, now we got to fit each other in our world. You know what I'm saying? You might work day shift, I work night shift. How can we work this out? Because we found the connection. How can we nurture it and make it grow? So now we're coming up to the hard part of the situation. And I'm very curious about this Bello and Dominique conversation because it's going to really show who Bello is.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And on the back end of that, I really want to see what the reunion is going to be like between Bello and Dominique as well. So I'm ready to for next week. You know what I'm saying? I really am, because the story is getting told more. And I'm ready to see where things are gonna go. I'm pretty confident in Dominique. I'm pretty confident in Sharp and his connection with Donna. I'm confident in that. I'm banking on Sharp to say, you know what? This is a one in a lifetime opportunity. Where can I meet her at in the middle? You know what I'm saying? Where can I meet her at? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm never going to run across another woman like Donna. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he sees the value in her. But we're moving forward. I'm gonna get this episode. I'm gonna give the episode a good solid 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Same here. A good 8. It was very solid.
Yeah, I'm there for 8. Matter of fact, you know what? Just because of that clip we saw, I'm giving it a 9.
Ooh. I'm gonna give that clip a 10.
Yep. 10s across the board. 10.
Yeah. The clip itself is a 10, but for the whole episode, it took the whole episode for me from an 8 to a 9. So the clip itself is a 10.
Yeah.
But that seems to be it for the recap.
Yes, indeed, child.
We have had another good show, another good recap of Ready to Love. Dallas. Look, I just said Dallas. We in Detroit, Lord.
This had some energy to this after show. I got
Yeah, we had a banger. That was a banger.
We were on all cylinders today. Swear to God.
Right? But make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you are here with us next week as we do the review again.
Yes.
This has been another great recap of Ready to Love. I'm your girl, Gigi Nan. It's my brother Q and my other brother, Braylon Lee. And you have been on tour with us. So, good night, everybody. Love you guys. Much love.
Holla.
Yes, indeed. What a great after show. And by the way, shout out to you guys. It's been a very consistent audience tonight. 14, 15 people over here. Thank you all so much. And I say that sincerely because I told Q and Gigi what happened, and it is such a blessing that 15 people are over here because they actually want to be. It's a blessing that 15 people are over here because they know the range I have, and they also have seen the totality of me and not just taking a moment of judgment. Okay. All right. Moving on. Yes, indeed. So let's make it do what it do here with the Daily Motivate Time. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Well, Albert Einstein, if you can see the world for what it is right now, we would like a knowledgeable president and administration who gave a fuck about people. But hey, listen, I understand where you're coming from. So, with that being said, it's time for the Day Motivator for Saturday, January 10th, 2026. Live abundantly. Right now, create new experiences. Today, make more memories. The best times are not the most elaborate or extravagant events. They are the most authentic experiences. Even the most ordinary moments provide opportunities to live with extraordinary love, gratitude, and purpose. Where you are is a great place to genuinely be who you are. Generously share in the miracle of your own existence. Embrace the beauty and wonder of all existence in its magnificent detail and breadth. The most sophisticated digital image can only capture a superficial glimpse of a fleeting moment. Yet your heart is able to retain a depth of feeling and experience that adds great richness to your life. Live abundantly in real time in the real world, giving and living real, fulfilling experiences. Let the light of life shine brightly from you, and be amazed at all that you see. Ralph Morrison. Well, let's talk about living abundantly, or live abundantly, rather. I think the first thing that I think about when it comes to living abundantly or to live abundantly, it really starts by what you value in life. If you value communication, if you value history, if you value loyalty, then you should look at the abundance or the lack of abundance in those areas. And if those things aren't adding up for you, then maybe you need to make a decision to let something go. Whether it's a person, place, thing, idea, concept, what have you. Not everything can go with you into the next chapters of your life. Some things are just for a season, and some things you learn for a reason. That's the first thing I will say to you about live abundantly. The second thing I will say is this: generously share the miracle of your own existence. What do I always say to y'all? My mom has always said people have to earn the right to hear your story. But more importantly than that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Not everybody deserves to know your story. But most importantly, not everybody deserves to be a part of it. Okay? All right. Moving on. And finally, let the light of life shine brightly from you, and you'll be amazed at all you see. Just know that sometimes your light will be tested, right? Just like when a light bulb is flickering, that usually means it's time for a new light bulb. And just know that you should never shine so brightly that you pop and burn out your light. So just know, if you dim your light, don't dim your light for others, but dim your light for you to conserve, protect, and figure out your energy before you dim the light, or dim your light all the way up for everybody to see. So that's what I'm saying about live abundantly. Thank you to the one, the only GG9 and Q for another great show, everybody. Of course, we'll be back here next week, making it do what it do once again. With that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always one of blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why, it's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we will rise and be great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just recognizing that age is not just only a number, but age does dictate how much you have, not only how much you have in terms of knowledge, but how far you have come. Recognize that every 50-year-old is not really 50 if they move in young behavior. And recognize not every 30-year-old is 30 if they're moving in 50 behavior. There are some adults that act like children. There's some children that act like adults. Know the difference between the two. Move accordingly and give love, reverence, and investment to those who give that back to you. Always remember, on receive love, you gotta give. On receive love, you gotta give. On receive love, you gotta give. Wherever obstacles you've overcome, wherever success you have achieved upon this particular day, we are extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. We don't know what's going to happen with Ready to Love at this reunion, but let's just remember, reality TV is a reflection of the reality that's in life. And if these people can be broken on TV, let's recognize that all of us are broken in some shape, form, or fashion, but also, too, let's also recognize within that brokenness that everybody has to not pick up the glass and throw it at people just because you don't know how to stop from throwing glass at people to hurt them, and instead pick up the glass and put it back together to see if there can be something there. Child, when a 31-year-old has more intelligence, wisdom, and tet than others, my Lord, what a world we are living in. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings on the way. For you, me, always, as a society, as people, as a culture, we feel the love and we send it right back to you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everybody. Love you all very much. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your...
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.